Oh, hey y'all. Happy Tuesday. I wasn't actually ready to go live. I didn't know that the button was pressed. I did press the button, but I thought I didn't press the second button. But hey y'all, happy Tuesday. Happy that you guys are here. Today, as you guys saw, we're going to be doing a little bit of designing inside of Silhouette Studio. We're going to be making a bling um template because it's my auntie's birthday next month on the 13th, and she requested a shirt that simply says 1968 on it, and she wants bling. And I tried to explain to her, I don't just make custom templates. Like, I don't do that, but she didn't want to hear it. So we're going to be making a 1968 template for my auntie for her birthday. I'm not going to be putting it up for sale, but I will walk you all through all of the steps so that you can see how I do it. I do think that Coretta might have a made in 68 or 69 template. I think so. So if you are interested and if you were born in 1968, check out Coretta's Etsy shop. I think it's Coretta Dangerfield. I can't remember. Coretta made it. What's Coretta's Etsy shop name? I can't remember, but it has Coretta's name in it. Okay, and somebody will drop it in the link. I'll probably link it in the description if you are looking for your own 1968 template and you don't want to make it. But hey, y'all, welcome. I'm Patrice. This is Craftable Things, and we like to craft all the things all the time. So tonight we're just going to be designing. Now, if we finish designing in a good amount of time, I will probably cut it out. I do have Romeo ready to go just in case we can move things along fairly quickly. But you guys know designing does take a lot of time to get this done. I am going to be using Silhouette Studio, the business edition, to get this done because with Silhouette Studio, the basic free edition, you don't get access to the Rhinestone panel. But as you keep leveling up your Silhouette subscription, then it opens up more options, more features. And so in the business edition, you do have the option of creating Rhinestone templates, and you will be able to export them out as an SVG or a PNG. This is important for anybody who may consider, like, maybe you want to start selling designs and templates and things like that. Then definitely get the business edition because you don't just have to sell Rhinestone templates. You can sell SVGs, PNGs, you can do all types. You can do all the things, okay? So I generally prefer to use Adobe Illustrator, but for tonight, I'm going to be 100% inside of Silhouette Studio because I will be using a PC tonight to do it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I do have a link listed below to the Silhouette Studio Business Edition if you're interested in it. I'm not sure what the price is, but I think it could range between $49.99 and $50 and $90 or $100. Now, I have created Rhinestone templates in other softwares I've used. I have the Rhinestone Wizards software. I have, of course, Leonardo, and they have the Rhinestone. I have StarCraft Solo, which is comparable to Surecuts a lot. And I prefer Silhouette Studio, the business edition. I love how my designs come out in there. And yes, it's work. You guys will see tonight that it's not like an easy 1, 2, 3. Like it's work creating a Rhinestone template, especially if you pay attention to the details and you want your designs to look neat. Now, if you don't care about that, then you can go ahead and do the magic change and go from there. And then, it won't take you that much time. But if you want it to look neat, I find that in any software that I've used or other people use that I see, you still have to take out the time to really make it look good. And I do feel like if I'm selling something, I want those stones to look good. I want it to look neat. I don't want it to look messy. I don't want it to look a mess. Most people don't notice stuff like that, but I notice it. So please be patient with me tonight. What else do I need to share with you? Oh, Also, if you look in the description too, I will be having a few classes coming up soon. I know that I took a break between March and now, but the end of the school year is always hectic. So I do have an advanced class coming up on the 29th. I think that's a Sunday. It's going to be from 1 to 4. And I also have a basics of silhouette studios for this is for beginners or people who are, you kind of dabbled a little bit in silhouette studio. It is a pretty extensive class where we go over a lot. We go over pretty much all of the components of silhouette studio within that class, but at a beginner friendly pace. And there is like a follow-up that is a 2-day class that's listed below. And then we have a beginner's class, a beginner's bling class on the 12th. And I did it that way because I don't want, if you don't have any experience with designing or bling, rhinestones, anything like that, then you shouldn't take the advanced class. And so I put the advanced class first because I didn't want anybody to take the beginner's class and then decide a week or 2 weeks later that you were ready for the advanced class, because that's usually just not how it works. And I don't want you to waste your time or money or even my time asking 1,000 questions in the advanced class and you really don't have the basics down for just the beginner stuff. So that's it. All right. All the links are listed below in the description. I think that's it. We can get, let me say hey to y'all. I just started talking. So I decided that whoever was the first person here, and you might not have been the first person here, but the first person who left the comment, that I was going to give away a $50 gift card because I'm not going to do a giveaway today. Another like an end of the live giveaway. So whoever is the first person, I'm going to scroll up. I don't think I logged in over here. I'm going to scroll up and we will see who the first person is. And then if you win, just send me an email with your, just send me an email and I'll send you the link to your email address because I don't feel like shipping anything out. I'm tired of shipping. Okay. On my screen, it says that Miss Gail Designs is the first person who commented. Hey, Miss Gail, and congratulations. This is what my screen says. If your screen says something different or you can't see, I'm sorry. Sometimes once the live starts, you won't be able to see it. But Miss Gail, congratulations. I already have your email, but you might want to send me an email to remind me because y'all know my memory is bad. Sometimes you have to know yourself, and my memory is bad. All right. So also, for those of you who may be inquiring about rhinestones, because we are going to be, hopefully I'll get done with it soon. Like it won't take 5 hours, but my rhinestones, check out the baby's booty. A link is listed below to her site, to her buy now site, which you can buy rhinestones now and you'll get them very quickly. Or she does have a buy-in site, which that is for if you want rhinestones in bulk, you can order stones from her. Okay, and it's listed below. I get a lot of people asking me where my stones come from, what software I use, all that stuff is listed below. All right, let's see who else is here. Hey, Creative Notions, welcome in. Hey, Rosetta Cobb, welcome. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Penny, Mrs. Parker, TB, welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Hey, Miss Sharon Davenport, welcome. Hey, Tamika. If any of you guys are going to Applique Getaway, let me know if you guys are going to Applique Getaway. I'm not sure if I'm going. I'm trying to see if I will be able to go or not. I'm not sure. But let me know if you guys are going to Applique Getaway. It's next month in like 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks. Like the second week of, I think it's like the second week. Is it like the 17th through the 20th? I think those are the dates. So I don't know if I'm even going to be able to, I'm looking at my schedule, but as some of you guys may know, like I may be moving schools or maybe moving locations. And so depending on how that move goes, those dates may or may not be open for me. But I'm trying to see how that's going to go. And then I will definitely be happy to be there if you guys are there. Hey, Mrs. Parker. her again. Hey, Angel Boo. Angel, thank you so much for using my design last night. It looks so good. Thank you. Hey, NJ, Miss Norma. Hey, everyone. Hey, Miss Merlinda. All right, y'all. I'm going to scroll down because I don't want to be on too long. Y'all know once we start doing this, it takes a while. So I don't want to take up too much time. But hey, Nomi. So I wrote down, I got to go back in and check my email and see what suggestions you gave me, because I forgot. And I know one was for us to do like sublimation and UV, like to sub something and then put UV on it. So I got that one down, but I can't remember what the other ones. I got to go see. And I appreciate you, Nomi. Thank you. Hey, Renee. Hey, Misty Smith. Welcome in, everyone. All right, we're going to get ready to go. Hey, Danny. Hey, Shay. And Jeannie and Lynn and Miss Rosalind McElveen. Miss Rosalind McElveen, how are you doing? How you been? How is everything? How was your first full year of retirement? Let us know. Early. All right, I'm scrolling down, y'all. I'm so sorry if I miss you guys. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you are new, welcome. Thank you for being here. Just a disclaimer, I don't always see the chat. I don't always see the chat. I'm pretty sure I missed a lot. Y'all were talking a whole lot. So yeah, I don't always see the chat. Kelly has been a member for 6 months. Thank you so much, Kelly. All right, I'm scrolling all the way down. Hey, Stacy, Bobby. I just saw it. Let me scroll down because if not, I'm trying to say hi to everybody. I think I saw Miss Janita. Hey, everyone. Hey, Roxanne, and Barb. And okay, my eyes playing tricks on me. My lean. All right, so I'm gonna get ready to share my screen. Again, we're going to be working in Silhouette Studio, the business edition. I'm going to be working on my PC. Please be patient with me. I don't move around my PC like I do my MacBook. Okay, but I'm gonna do my best. All right, so just please bear with me. All right, y'all. So this is Silhouette Studio. This is the business edition. Again, I do need to keep saying that because I don't, if you open up your Silhouette Studio, you'll be able to do some things. And if you don't have the business edition, you'll be able to do some things, but you won't be able to access what we're going to be accessing. Now, if you want to work with me, I would definitely say work with me. If you have another laptop that you can use, or if you want to put something on your phone and then open up your laptop or tablet, whatever. But if you want to work with me, I would definitely suggest working with me. If you're a little familiar with it, some things may seem a little bit foreign. I do want to say that this is not an actual class. I do have classes listed in the description. So I might go and do something and I won't be able to go back to fully explain every single thing because I do want to get off of here at a good time. And I also want to try to cut this out for my auntie because she's already called me. So I have a whole bunch of blue rhinestones in the front of me and I want to see how it's going to look. So yeah, y'all, that's what we got going on. Let me move the chat up. I may or may not be able to see the chat. I do have the chat in the front of me and the computer screen here, but it's not guaranteed that I'll be able to see it, okay? Hey, Dempsey Boo. Hey, Donzel. Nobody can ever hear my bell. It's fine. I'm the only one that can hear my bell. As long as I hear, I'm good. I'm enjoying not having to get up for every morning. Yes. Oh, I understand. Hey, Adrian. I understand. That's what my day's gonna look like. Is Silhouette Studio similar to Adobe Illustrator? Not quite. There are some similarities, Alicia, but not quite. Now, Adobe Illustrator is my preferred designing software. Yeah, if I were on my MacBook, I would probably create the Bling portion inside of Silhouette Studio and then switch over to Adobe Illustrator to move the stones around, but I don't have Adobe Illustrator on my PC. I could put it on here. I don't think I put it on here, but I rarely use this. So, but I would definitely say Adobe Illustrator is a more robust and quicker program than Silhouette Studio. But Silhouette Studio, I still think is amazing, and especially for the price that you get it for. It's $49. Sometimes it's like $49.99 up to $99.99, and you don't have to keep paying that. It's a one-time fee. You can put it on 2 computers if you want to. So I do, if you don't want to pay the ridiculous fees that Adobe Illustrator charges, then this is a good place to start, in my opinion. Nafisa, hey. All right, y'all. So we're at the bottom. All right, so this is Silhouette Studio Business Edition. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the right to the top, and we're going to look at the page setup panel. And here's just where we're going to make sure that our mat, we have a 12 by 12 mat. Now, it's up to you if you want to work with a larger mat size, but you can change it. You can customize it. Right now, mine is already at 12 by 12. You can do a 12 by 24, 15 by 15, and you can change it to like the letter size sheet, whatever you decide. Okay, so we're going to be doing a 12 by 12. Now, we're not using a silhouette cutter, so I don't have any of this listed here. I don't have cutting mallet. I just have my media size. Okay, so that's all I want. Now you can do some other things as far as like changing the colors of your background and stuff like that. But inside of Adobe, inside of on my PC, I don't really have all of those options, and I have not upgraded my software. I like the software that I have, and I keep it like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I got some fonts from off of Creative Fabrica because, of course, if you took the last class, the last Bling class I did it using the PC, and I didn't have many cute fonts on here. I did download a few for that class, but I didn't have any more than that. So I did download a few. Today, I think I'm going to be using a font called Holy Cream. Holy Cream or Fresh Mango. I'm going to see which one I'm going to use. But you could use another font like if you want like a thicker font. Like I'm going for a thicker font because she only wants 1968 on the shirt. So I wanted something big and bold. Okay, a font that is very meaty. All right, so now I'm just going to head over to the left, and we're going to select the text icon here. Hey, Mocha Crochet and Crafts, a passion with purpose. How can I bling without a Cricut? Do you have a machine? I mean, if you want to bling without a Cricut, you can purchase templates and then brush them in, or you can use a hotfix wand, but you'll still need something to follow. You still need something to follow. Southern Girl Crafts and Creations, I got you. I will. Let me write that down because I'm going to forget. Dims is here, but Dims might not be trying to write down all the things I need to remember. She usually will remind me. Just a beginner Adobe class. All right, I got you. No worries. And I will show you. Maybe one night we'll do one of those, like a beginner as far as like application, and I'll pull out the hotfix wand, and then you guys can see how that works if that's something. But it does come in handy. The hotfix wand does come in handy. Yeah. So Alicia, do you use Illustrator? Do you create SVGs in Illustrator? Because that's what you would do. Like you would, if you created SVGs in Illustrator, then you could just bring that over to your cutter, your cutting software. Now you do have to vectorize the items. Yes. Yeah, a passion with purpose. Definitely you can purchase Rhinestone templates, or you can just use the hotfix wand. All right, hey Leah. Hey Coretta. Coretta, what is your Etsy shop? I'm making this 1968, but I was telling everybody that if they wanted 1968, I'm not selling this. It's just for my auntie. She's very special. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind 1968. But I did tell them that I think that you had like made in 1968, 1960. I think you did, if I remember correctly. So, all right. So now I'm going to change the font. I'm going to head over to the right and open up the textile panel. And that's just represented by those, it's like a upper and lowercase a. Coretta created that. Why did I say create? Coretta made it. I could not think of it for nothing, Coretta. I'm so sorry. All right, that's Holy Cream. I like Holy Cream. I think that's what I'm going to go with. And then we have Impact. Impact, I like Impact for it, but I think Holy Cream is going to give me more of that, like, feminine look. Now, Impact still will look good. Now, let me try another one. Which was that other one I said I had called Fresh Mango? And I think I just did Fresh Mango because I like Fresh Mango. That looks very similar to Holy Cream. Very, very similar. I know why I picked that. Because I like things that look the same. Let me see. Holy Cream. Basically the same font. Basically the same font. Except Fresh Mango might be a little larger than Holy Cream. It's a little bit larger, but basically the same font. Both of these came off of Creative Fabrica. Now let me see Ask Why. This is kind of, so I think I may stick with Fresh Mango. I may not use Holy Cream because I think, okay, let me see. They're the same. I think I'm gonna go with Fresh Mango. All right, let's do Ask Why. Let's see what Ask Why looks like. If you guys have been, y'all know this is one of my favorites. Oh, I don't like Ask Why. Let me see what other one I did. I did another one, but I think this is more thin. Yeah, I don't like that either. And then we have Smart Candy. I don't think I'm gonna like that. I think we're gonna go with this one. Yeah, we're gonna go with Fresh Mango. And both of these came off of Creative Fabrica. So, Miss Rosalind McElveen, yes, I have. Think of OTTF. OTF. I usually do OTF. Some people will tell you TTF is better, but I always go with OTF. Send out to my second computer. Should I reach out to them? Addie, what is it telling you? Because it should be able to go onto the second computer. When you do it, did you go up to the top and do like where apply upgrade edition, manage account, and the help drop down? Because you shouldn't have an issue with having it on two computers. But try to add it, like close it out and download the basic again. I would just exit out, remove it, uninstall it, and then reinstall it, and then go through that step again and add your code. All right, so this is the 1968. I think I'm going to move it a little bit closer. So I'm just going to drag down here where it has, that's too close. I guess that's where it was, kind of. I'm going to bring it over just a little bit. I think I might want it just a little bit. Now I'm going to change this color. Let's open up the color panel. I was going to do it from the top, but let's make this pink. Okay. I'm going to click out. Do I have an outline? Yeah, I do. I'm going to move that. All right. So now we have it. It's telling me that this is 9.951 inches wide by 4.39 inches high, but it's not really, because you see all this space here. It's measuring that space in the length. It's measuring that space. And then also for the height, it's measuring the empty space between the bounding box and the actual letters. So let's get a correct size. So I'm just going to right click and then I'm going to ungroup this. Oh, I didn't go down. Sorry, y'all. Zarika. All right. Awesome. Passion. Oh, no. All right. So now we have 1968 right here. Now there's different things that I could have done with this, right? I'm just going to have it go straight across. That's what I was thinking before we came on live. Now my mind might change, but I could also always do something else, kind of like stack it and have like 1968 stacked like that. maybe bring it up. I could maybe do like 1968 here where the 9 goes into the 8 kind of. And then let's bring the 6 here, something like that. Now it's all up to you and what you want to do, right? It's everything is always up to you. So let's say if I have the 6 going to the 1, so I would probably just do, and this y'all is more so us just kind of, this is what I do when I'm designing. Like I play around with a few different options, see what I like. So here I'm going to open up the offset panel and I'm going to just create an offset. I'm going to leave that at a 0.125 and then I'm going to change that color. Let's change it to black and then I'm going to hold down my shift key, select that 1, and then I'm going to open up the modified panel and then I'm going to select subtract. So I might change my mind, y'all. I think I might change my mind because this isn't what I wanted to do, but it looks like I might want to do this. Now let's go into do another offset. We already have it open. I'm going to do offset and I'm leaving the offset. The offset is just an outline around the image. So that 9 is my image and I'm just creating an offset, a shadow around it, right? So then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just do, I'm going to turn, nope, I don't want to turn that black. I'm going to turn the actual shadow behind it black. Now, if you look here, the black and this pink is behind the 8. So I need to bring that black to the front. So I'm going to bring it to the front. And the reason why I need to bring it to the front is because I'm going to be subtracting it from that 8. Okay. Now, what I do want to do is I'm going to move it up just a little bit. I don't want it to take that much out of the 8. So I'm actually moving the black and the 1 behind it. So I'm going to select the, see, I was moving both of them. All right, so I'm going to select the black and then I'm going to hold down my shift key, select the 8, and then we're going to subtract. So now we have 19. Oh, I think I might like this, y'all. Oh, I shouldn't have did this though. This isn't what I had in mind. This is not what I had in mind, guys. All right, so we have 1968. Now, at this point, I could make them different colors, or I could keep them all the same color. If I keep them all the same color, the way that this is going to go is going to be, there's just not enough space here. So it's really just going to kind of, they're going to kind of touch each other. So I might change the colors. I might do like a different color, but we'll see. We'll definitely see what we're going to do here. All right, so let me just group this together. I can make it into a compound path, but for now, I'm just going to group it together. Hey, Ernie. Save it for another project. I should save it. I think you're right, Miss Gail. I should save it. All right, so at this point, you know, you can do something like this. All right, so let me bring this over because I may end up going back to that again. And then you can do other things with it. Like 1968, of course, I would want to do an outline. I might do a shadow. Like this one, I'm going to do a shadow layer. Like you can do different things with it. I could maybe make this ombre, like just different things with it. But I definitely would want an outline around it. So we'll leave this here. I'm going to go over here to this 1968. While it's cutting, I might play around with this one. She might end up with 2 1968 shirts. I don't know. Like anybody, she's like, oh, I always wanted a shirt that just says 1968. And I'm like, what, girl? My aunties are like my sisters, okay? They're like my sisters. My mom is the oldest, and my aunties are all way younger than my mom. So they are like my sisters. All right, so I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger, but what I'm going to do is her shirt, she's super tiny. So I don't want, like, her design, I'm not gonna be able to do a huge design for her. So I'm gonna keep it at 10. I'll be, you know, it could be big on here. So I'll do like 10, make it like about there. All right. So here, I'm just going to make it a little bit taller because I'm going to do something else and you guys will see what I'm going to do. All right. So now I'm going to right click and I'm going to make this into a compound path. So not just group it together, but make it into a compound path. So that way, none of it is like all over the place. okay, when I get ready to do some other things to it. So now I'm just going to make a copy of that 1968 and put it over there. I held down my Alt key, hovered over the 1968 and dragged. All right, so we're going to do that. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is, because this isn't even 4 inches high. That's what I don't like. I don't want to do it. Well, it's 4 inches high now. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to head down to the warp panel, and I'm going to select open warp panel. It looks like a mesh gate, something like that. That's what it kind of looks like. All right, so now we're going to select here where it has ABC. And I kind of want, what I had in mind was like this, kind of like almost a curved flat top and arched underneath. Now you can do it this way. Like there's different ways that you could use the warp panel. I use this one a lot, like this style a lot. But I think I want to do it like this. And then we can move it. If you know, you can, oh, snap. I didn't look at that. That looks good too. Which one think? This one or this one? I think I might like that one. I don't like that. Well, I mean, that's not bad, but for what I'm doing, that looks like a road. That one's not bad, but I don't want that one. That one's kind of similar to this one, but I like this one better. Y'all like this one? I like this one better. And then, you know, there's other, which second one? Y'all, now I'm confused. This is the second one? Okay, this one. This one. Okay. Yes. Okay, so that's the one we're going to go with. I'm not, see how I changed my mind? That's why I can't come on live and do these, because like I could, like I have in my mind and I have written down, okay, this is what you're going to do. But then once I get to going, I can't do it. I got to change it. But you can change, you see how you can just do different things here in the, I don't like that one. But you can change it, right? Now, another thing that I'm going to show you guys is that you could also, I'm just going to make a copy of this right now just in case I do too much. All right, so you see right here where you have, like, you can change, you know, how this kind of goes. You can move these nodes around in case you want, you know, if you need a different type of look. Okay, you can. But we're not really worried about this right now. We're not even going to touch that. We're going to leave it just like this. All right, so here we have our 1968. Now, the next thing you need to do is you have to release the design. Like you have to release it. So you can either weld it together. Like if you click weld, it will break it apart. So that way you can work with it now. Or you can just simply click it, and then they have here in the panel where you can just release the warp. If you don't release the warp, it will revert back to what it originally was. Okay, so you have to release the warp. All right, so I'm just going to select release warp, and it released it. Right now, when I clicked weld kind of separated. You guys see all those different bounding boxes around each letter or each number? That's what weld does. Releasing it still keeps it together, and I would just have to ungroup it. Okay, or we'll release the compound path. And I don't really want to do that. If we release a compound path, this is what we get. I mean, you know, you can do that. It depends on what you want to do, but you know. All right, so we're done with that part. I'm going to group this together, and then I am just going to put this over here. And we're going to, that's going to be my copy. Like, as y'all see, like, as I keep going, I keep making copies on the side, just because you just never know when something, you know, when you may have to go back to something. Let's say, like, you know, here, I mean, oh, I need to start over again because something didn't go right. So now I have pretty much both of the parts that I need, you know, both steps or both outcomes. All right, so now I have this 1968. I'm leaving it at this size. You can change the size if you want to. I'm going to leave it at this size, but I like to keep everything at the same size as I keep going, because what if I want to do like a printout and then bling on top of it? I will have the exact version that I need for that, and I won't have to try to figure it out. All right, so I'm just going to right click, and I'm just going to make this into a compound path. The letters look pretty close enough to me. I'm good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the offset panel, which are those two stars, a star with the star around it. Hey, Up Designs and Cookie Cook, Elba. Drika, did I say hey to you? Hey, girl. All right, so we're going to open up the offset panel, and I'm going to create another offset. Now, I'm going to create an offset. We're going to do a few different things with this because I wasn't already 100% sure, but I do have an idea of what I want to do with it. So we're going to create an offset around the 1968. As you see, the distance is 0.125, and that's just the distance between the edge of that offset and the edge of the pink letter. Okay, the space, that's the offset. That's when you say 0.125. So if I reduce it, then it'll be thinner. If I increase it, it'll be thicker. Okay, so I'm just going to create this little offset right here, and we're going to turn this offset, I'm going to turn it black. Actually, I'm going to leave it black for now. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to give this a shadow. So I'm just going to bring us in a little bit here. Sorry, y'all. And I'm actually going to turn that. Oh, I need to group that together because it's not grouped together. All right, so we're going to actually make that like this blue color. I like that blue. All right, and then I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to make that into a compound path. I'm just going to make that one, like that's just a shadow layer. So that's the offset that's behind there. I'll see how that looks. That's what's behind there. Okay, so now I'm going to go back. I'm going to select the offset again. So if you guys look here, I selected the blue, and then I also have the blue. You can see that I have just the blue selected right there. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go over to the replicate panel, and this is the replicate panel right here. It's underneath the transform panel, and I'm going to close the offset panel for now. I don't need it. So we're going to open the replicate panel, and here we're going to replicate that offset. Okay, so I'm going to go to advanced replicate right here, and then I'm going to create, let's do 4 copies of it. Let's do, well, let's do 3, because remember I told you like she's super tiny and this is going to have to go on a small shirt, so I don't want it to be too large. And right now I already see that with that offset it's 10.3 inches wide, which we already know is kind of big for a small shirt, but I'm going to push it. Okay, so we have 3 here, and then I'm going to go here to custom position, and then we're going to change the X offset. We're going to do a 0.1 offset and then a 0.1 Y offset. Okay, now you can do 0.125. I usually fluctuate between 0.1 and 0.125 when I'm doing my offsets, but you can certainly have it a lot thicker, thinner. It depends on whatever you're doing and what look you're going for. So I'm going to select apply. And once I did that, if you guys see, because I had that blue selected, it created blue offset, 3 additional blue offsets. So what the X and Y does is that by me putting the distance, like the 0.1, that's telling it how far to go over to the right, how far to go down. So you can, if you put negatives in the front of your numbers here, then it will go in the opposite direction. So this will go, instead of right, it will go left. Instead of down, it will go up. Okay, that's if you put your negatives there. All right. So what I'm going to do is now I want to find that original offset that I created. Oh, this computer is so weird. And the original offset is back here. That's the original offset. So I'm just going to go ahead and change that color now. I'm going to change it to like this blue color. But then I also want to change this color. So I'm going to open up my select by color panel, and then I'm going to select by fill because I only want to get those. And remember I told you like we did 3, so this is what this will look like, y'all. So there's 3 different blues here. Y'all see that? I'm just going to undo it to put it back. So that's what we created. But if you look, it kind of looks like, you know, it gives it that 3D look. So now we're going to select here the RGB, this blue. So what happens when you select by color, it pulls up all the colors on the screen. But if you look here, I have this selected, includes groups and only shapes on media. The white area is your media, okay? So I'm gonna select here, I'm gonna select all that, and then I'm just gonna right click and I'm gonna weld that together. So now it's just one, okay? It's just one. All right, so and then I'm gonna select it, I'm gonna turn it black, and then I'm gonna send that to the back. Send it to back, right there in my face. All right, so this is what we have. So at this point, I would go ahead and I would also, what would I do, y'all? I will make a copy. And it's not too bad. It's like 10.593. Now, when we turn this into rhinestones, it's going to add a little bit of width to it because of the stones. But I think I can get this onto a small shirt pretty nicely. All right. So I'm just going to hold down my Alt key and I'm going to bring that down. But I'm also going to group it together. So if I wanted to make this into, let's say, sublimation and bling, I could use this after I've turned this into bling because I'm not changing the size, and I could go ahead and I could use this for printing, right? And then I could also change the color. So I could change the color to like whatever color I wanted to, like, let's say my stones were going to be a certain color, I could change it to that color. But we're not going to worry about that right now. That's just so you can, that you would know when you get ready to do it yourself. All right, so I'm going to group this together. Now we're going to get ready to work on the rhinestone, on turning this into stones. What time is it? 8:18. All right, so let's say I don't want that blue outline, right? I could get something like this. All right, it's like whatever you decide that you want, like you can turn it into whatever, like maybe you don't want the blue. Or I could also use the blue to kind of cut out, you know, to create the space that I need for my shadow and that inner part. It's different ways to do it, okay? Different ways to do it. So let's say if I did this like this, and I have both of these selected, let me go over here to the modify panel. And so with the modify panel, let's say if I just wanted to remove the pink portion and I select subtract, I could have something that looks like that. We could make that into stones, or you could like print it out. Like you could do different things with it. So I could maybe do something like that. I'll put this over on the side. I'm not going to use 1968 for anything else, just for her. And then let's say if we did, what else do I want to do? Okay, this is why I make copies of everything, because I play around with the design until I like it. And then once I start feeling it, then I can keep going full force, but I got to figure it out. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I already know based off of what I'm doing, like I want to make sure, like I want to leave the pink and the blue just like that, right? But I need to knock out something I need to knock out that black, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the blue, and then I'm going to create another offset. Now, what I don't like is that my offset is going to be like because I only used 3 layers of the black, it's not really going to be a huge shadow layer behind it, and I don't really like that. But my auntie don't care. She just wants something with bling, and I don't even think she really wants something with bling. She just wants me to make her something, so she's going to get me to make her something. All right, so we're going to do distance 0.125. As y'all see, it's really going to cut into that, and I don't want it to do that, but I may not have a choice right now. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead. We have the offset selected. I'm going to turn this yellow. Come on, yellow. And if you see, remember I was just telling you guys about how much like the black, like I'm not going to have that much of a shadow layer behind it, but it's going to be fine. We're going to look and see how that's going to go, because I'm going to cut this out. All right, let me move this over here. And let me make this bigger. All right. I do not know how to use this mouse pad. Sorry, y'all. All right, so I have the yellow selected. We're going to remove the red. And then I'm going to select the yellow, and then I'm going to hold down my shift key and select the black also. And then I'm going to head back over to the modified panel because I want to create space in between the blue layer and the black layer. And then I'm just going to select subtract. Once I select subtract, I'm going to group that together. And that is what I have. Actually, I'm going to make that into a compound path. And let's turn it back black. Remove that. All right. So I don't have to really worry about the blue and the pink because of how I'm going to turn it into stones. But at this point, y'all, we're ready to turn this into rhinestones, okay? Now, I do have this here where if we wanted to, let's say if I don't have let's say if I move this out of the way. I already have another copy here. Let me move this over here. My screen is always looking like this. Now, this might be my favorite one right here, though, y'all. I don't know. I might go back to that one. She might end up with that. All right, let's see. All right, let me make this bigger. All right, so let's say if I want to create the same thing, but not using the yellow and just have the two colors, the pink and the black. I have the blue selected. I'm going to hold down my shift key and select the black. And then I'm going to head back over to the modified panel and I'm going to select subtract. All right. And I'm going to make that into a compound path. So this is what that, you see the difference of me not having that blue outline around and with just these colors. So we'll look at it and we'll see what that's going to look like in stones. But I think I still may want to go with it like this. I think that's what I want to go with. All right, so let's make this a little bit larger. But you can see the shadow a lot better there. But we're going to see. Now we're ready to turn this into rhinestones. Okay. Now, I like to do all of this stuff before I start turning designs into stones because you reduce the amount of time that you're going to waste with moving stones around this way. Now, are we still going to have to move some rhinestones around? Yes, but not as much. And we're not going to have any overlapping stones. That's why I created this space with the offset is so that we don't have stones that are laying on top of each other. Now, this part right here is laying on top of each other, but I created the offset at a 0.125 distance because I know that I want to use this as an outline anyway. So we're not going to have any overlapping rhinestones. All right, so I'm going to select the black. Let's open up the rhinestone panel, and it's represented down here by what looks like a rhinestone, I think. All right, and so the default rhinestone size is 10 SS. It's already selected. And as you guys see, I have the black selected. I'm going to select the radial fill. And we're going to keep it at radial fill. Now, I'm going to adjust the spacing to 0.15. Now, 0.15, I'm sorry. Now, that is not like, that's not what I was going for. That's not what I was going for. That's not what I was going for. But we're going to keep going through with it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get the blue. And I'm going to turn this into an outline. And this is the outline. Now, I do want, it's kind of close. So when I get ready to do it, I will probably like place stones in between the six. But we'll see how that's going to go. All right. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the center, the pink, and we're going to turn that into stones. And we're going to leave the space the same. Now, the spacing, when you're doing rhinestone templates, your spacing, I'm doing a 0.015. That means my stones are going to be a lot tighter. The default is 0.039, which still isn't, you know, that's still okay. But I do like for my designs to have more, like less space. Okay, so that just means that it's going to be more stones. Now, this is telling us how many stones we have on this page, and that's 1,554 stones that's on the page. Okay, now if I select all of that, it tells me, you know, that same amount because that's the only part that's turned into stones. But if I select that center portion of 1968, then if you look down here, it says we have 1,005 stones. Okay, so that's what we have right here. Now I'm going to scroll over. I'm just going to look at this one just to see how this one will look. Uh-oh, let me undo. So let's say if I do here, let's do something a little bit different. Okay, so let's say I have it like this. Let's say I go here and I create an internal offset. I'm going to go over to the right. We're going to select let me make another copy of this one. Because that would still give me what I want. And I'll show you guys the difference in a minute. So let's say we select 1968. I go over to internal offset. And so how the offset works is that it creates a shadow layer around the edge. The internal offset creates an internal shadow. So I already created it. I left it at a 0.125, and we're going to turn this blue color. So now you guys see it. Now what happens is that it's just like super thin. Y'all see like in certain areas it's very thin. And right here there's nothing. So when that outline is set, it may not, it may not be a lot of stones we can fit into there, but it's going to be fine. Okay, so I'm going to select group, and I do know that that was supposed to be the design that I said that we would make. It's going to be fine, but my auntie called me and I do not tell her no. All right, so let's open up our rhinestone panel again. We're going to put this on the same, because I want you guys to see like the difference. All right, so we'll move this. I might drag it just a little bit just to make it just a tad. No, not too big because you can't fit it. All right, let's do like about here. Let's leave it right here. This may be able to go on her small shirt, maybe. All right, so let's go back and turn this into stones. I'm going to select the black, and we're going to open up the rhinestone panel down here. Hey, Keisha. Anybody I missed? And we're going to select 10SS. I'm going to select the radial fill, and we have it at a 0.015. Now, I could just go ahead and be like, you know what? She's just going to get an SS6 design and go with SS6, but we're going to keep it at SS10. And we should be fine. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select, I resized it, y'all. I didn't mean to resize it. I didn't want to resize it, but it's fine. All right, so let's go ahead and select the outline right here, the edge fill for the purple. And then for the internal part, we're going to do that blue. We're just going to do a regular radial fill. All right, so I'm just going to remove the little outline from around it. Now, look at the difference of both of those. And I don't think that it has anything to do with like the color swap. Like, I just think that this one here looks a whole lot better to me. Let me remove this. I think I like the bottom one better. I get more of the shadow layer as opposed to how I did it the other way. You see, like I get the shadow layer that I want. And I think I'm happy with it like this. I think I'm very happy with it in this one. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to move this out of the way. Now I am going to do something else. I'm going to turn this back. I just wanted to see how that was going to look. But I have all these blues because they say that blue is the color for cancers. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, she wants 1968 on here. I can't put the cancer symbol on here too because it just says 69. So that just doesn't, it just didn't make sense to me. So we're going to leave it like this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that center part back into regular. Okay, so I'm going to click the center part, and I'm just going to remove the rhinestone effect from it for now. Okay, so because there's something else that I want to do with it. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to put that here. I know it's 1,000 copies. I'm sorry, y'all. And then I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to move this over. Now, this looks good just like that. Like, it could be like I could fill in the holes, and she could have something just like that. Like, that doesn't look bad. That other thing looked good, too. The other one that we had, let's move over. Let's say if we put this into stones. I think this would look better in like SS6 stones. See, that wouldn't look bad either. So that I did SS6. Let's see what SS10 looks like. Oh, the SS10 doesn't look bad either. If you did something like that, I would just close that off though. I would like close it off. But that didn't look bad either. I might make her something with that, like a cup or something. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to create, like I want this to be multiple shades of blue, okay? Because I didn't take out all these blue stones for nothing. So I'm going to just slice this up a little bit. I'm not going to create an ombre. I'm just going to create like a slice now. This is where I think I not really messed up, but this is why I wanted it to be in the shape of the other one because I kind of wanted a certain look to it, but this is going to be fine. When we worked it, that's why I was leaning towards the other one, but I like this one better. I do. All right, so I'm going to head over to the left and we're going to select the knife tool. Hey, Solar Creations, Brandy, Annette. All right, so we're going to select the knife tool. And so with the knife tool, I'm going to just slice a few parts here. And I think I'm just going to slice it into 4 parts. I'm not going to do like how when I do like the mosaic look and all that, because as I'll see, like it's not really much we're working with, like in certain areas, like here, it's very, very thin. So we're going to do we're just going to slice it just to give it, like we're going to have different shades of blue. Now I could just say, okay, I'll brush one color in for the 1, a color in for the 9, 6, and 8, but I don't really want to do that. All right, so now we have our knife tool selected. It's going to be a straight slice. You can change it up and do different types of slices, right? But this is just going to be straight. That's all I want. But you can get like different looks to it. Okay, so we're going to do straight. I have outline selected. So the size of my slice, or the cut is going to be 0.125. And it's going to be 0.125 because I don't want any stones overlapping and I don't want to have to work too much to get this done. I'm already going to have to move some stones around in that shadow layer. So I don't really want to have to work too much for this. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it at 0.125 and then I won't have to worry about creating that space. Okay. And then I don't have auto apply selected because I'm going to do it all after. Okay. So now I have the knife tool selected. So I'm just going to kind of slice through kind of like this. Like, I think I just want like lines just to go through like this, something like that. Right. And then I'm going to do another one. And it's not slicing through yet because I don't have auto. Let's say like we did something like this. And I think I want to end up moving them around. The way that I wanted it, like I think that would have been a little bit easier for this look that I'm going for. But it's going to be fine. I'm just going to spread it out a little bit more. And I'm going to create another one. So let's go 4. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this over. And I think I'm going to spread them out just a little bit more because y'all see how the one isn't getting anything. Come on. I'll move this down like that. Okay, let's do it like that. Let's move this one up a little bit. That's not really touching much. Let's see, because I was kind of going for like, I don't know, y'all. We're gonna see how this is gonna fall now. Let's move this over. And then I'm gonna move this back here like that. I'm just gonna turn this over a little bit more, kind of like that. Like kinda. Come on. Now, generally when I do the mosaic designs, I kind of just slice randomly, but I was going for something here. I don't really want the mosaic look because I just want these to kind of go in like different shades of blue, but I don't want it to be like each individual letter. That's what I was going for. I'm gonna bring this over a little bit more. Okay. Let me kind of bring this a little bit more. And this is just my slice lines, y'all. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Move this, and I think that's gonna be good. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select all of this, And once I selected all of this, you notice the toolbar for the knife tool came back up. And I'm just going to select apply. All right, so that created my little slices and dices. Now the only problem that I have, like this little slice and dice right here, that's kind of thin. All right, so I'm just going to select here and here. That's going to be one color. Let me go up here. Let's turn that into this blue. And then we have a lighter blue, even though I think that I'm going to go with like a, I think I may do like from dark to light, but here, this is just for me to kind of see what I want to do, right? It's not anything etched in stone. All right. And then 1, 2, 3. Wait, why do I have 5? Let me see. I don't know. Oh, I know why. Because of that other one, I didn't have a complete 4. All right, let me make this another shade of blue. Because that line's here, that line is there. So those are all the colors. So let me select here. We're going to turn this into another blue too. And I'm just selecting all those different blues. All right, let's make that. All right, so we're going to see how this is going to look. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blues, even though I think I only wanted 4. So I should have had 3, but it's fine. All right, so I'm going to open up the select my color panel again, and it's just going to give me everything that's over here on this screen. So let me select here. I'm going to right click and we're going to make that into a compound path. I'm going to select that. That should already be 1. I don't think that's, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're going to make that into a compound path. And then we have this one. We're going to make that into a compound path. And then, no, that one's on the screen. Is that all my blues? Okay, nope. We're going to make that into a compound path. All right. So now that we have that, I'm going to select all of this again. And then we're going to go back over to our rhinestone panel. And then I'm just going to keep it at 10SS. And we're going to use the radial fill. Hey, Miss Jazzy G and AC Anita Creations. Hey, Courtney. All right. So as you guys see, with me doing it like that, I have an overlapping stone. That's just like a system glitch. But if you look here, these are going to be so tight, like they're not going to be overlapping each other. But when we get ready to place it, it's going to look seamless. And I just feel like the blues will probably flow really nicely like that. I'm not going to create like an ombre or blend of the different color stones because I don't really want that. Like I want it to be like sectioned like this. All right, so this isn't, I don't consider this ombre. It's really not ombre. Ombre is when, like, let's say how this blue is here, like I kind of bleed or fade into the next color. That's what the ombre is. This isn't really ombre. All right, so let me go back. This is more so like mosaic-y. All right, so I'm going to select this 1968, and we're just going to put this over here. Let me make it bigger, and this is kind of what we have so far. Okay, now I love this so far. I really like it. Let's say I like it. I do love it. I like it. Love is pretty strong. All right, so I'm just going to move it up just a little. And you can use your arrows on your keyboard to kind of move and to nudge it. But I think that's good. This is a good lineup. So now we're ready to move some stones around. This is the part that takes the longest, y'all. Okay? This is the part that takes the longest. All right? Oh, hey, to be young, kids in black. All right, so I'm just going to select here, right? I'm going to select all of this. Now, this is why I like to make the copies as I go along because I wouldn't have to do this at this point. But because I kind of switched it up, I changed the size and all that stuff, I'm going to have to do it like this now. All right, so I'm going to take the one that I just made the copy of, and I am going to remove the rhinestone effect from that one. I'm going to select, I'm going to group all that together. I'm going to bring it back up here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Before we get ready to release like, well, we can't release the stones now. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and release all of these. I'm going to select that. We're going to head over to the rhinestone panel. That's still open, and we're going to select release rhinestones. That's just going to break them all apart. Okay. If you don't feel comfortable doing that with all of the rhinestones, then I would suggest doing it color by color. But I prefer to release them all because it's just easier to work with this way, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm going to select release rhinestones, and then that's going to release, and it's only 1,500 stones. So y'all, we might actually be able to cut this out tonight and brush it in, and we'll be in good time. All right, so as you see, the stones are released, and this isn't really that much work. I promise you, like if I was in Adobe Illustrator, like if usually I would save it at this point before releasing the stones, save it as an SVG, open it up in Adobe Illustrator and move the stones around. But I know everybody doesn't have Adobe Illustrator to do that, so I'm gonna just do it like this. All right, so here I have, and I'm just gonna place this right here on top. I can kind of get an idea. Just know that the rhinestones usually kind of hang over just a little bit. So I'll move it up. This is why I prefer to have like the original copy, not the one that I cut out of, because you're able to like actually see exactly where it should go, but it's perfectly fine. This is going to be good. I'm going to send this to the back. And then I'm just going to go over and open up the fill panel, and we're just going to increase the transparency so I can see those stones better. And I still have an outline in the back, and I can still kind of see, what needs to go where inside of the back. See? So the next thing I'm going to do is, since those stones are released, I can start moving stones around and adding stones. Okay. Hey, Rachel. Thank you, A Passion with Purpose. It's not really beginner friendly. It's not. So I'm just making copies of the stones, and all I'm doing is holding down the Alt key and dragging. Now you can do it different ways. If you feel more comfortable right clicking and then clicking duplicate and then moving it. But I do feel like using your Alt key or your Options key, if you're using a MacBook, like it just goes so much more smoothly. All right, so I'm just placing stones. I'm making sure that they don't touch, because when I get ready to cut, I don't want any issues. So this is why I like having them all released when I'm doing this, because I can kind of move them around. I can move it around like this color. Let's say if I wanted to move this over here, I can move it all at the same time. Like I don't have to worry about, stopping and then having to remember to go back to it. And if you're not comfortable, like with how this is touching just a little bit, you can move it, but that won't affect the press. Like that's not going to affect it. So then I would just go ahead and keep moving. But I like to work in colors, so I would just keep going with the black. And I do like for my stones to be tight. So I feel like in Adobe I could get them a lot tighter than I can in Silhouette, but I do prefer to do it in Adobe. So I'm just going to move that. And see how that's like kind of touching. I would probably move that up a little bit. And as I move that, I know let me move that blue so I don't forget it. And I kind of, I still have a little bit of space with the other colors. But this is why I like to have all the stones released at once, because you can definitely work a little bit faster with it this way. All right. So y'all, this is the boring part. Actually, this is the part that I find to be very, very relaxing. But I do know that it's the boring part, because we've already done the main thing. The main thing is setting up the design. And as you go, what I did want to remind you guys, like as you're designing, like, just know, like you could save some of that for if you want to use it with vinyl. It doesn't have to be with just Bling. You could use some of that, like some of those parts that we saved and put to the side. You can use that with vinyl. I'll also save it and take it and use it inside of my digitizing software. Like you can do so many different things. But here I'm just removing reducing some of the space. What did I move? Why did you move it? Undo move group. Thank you. All right. So here I'm just gonna kind of fix this up here a little bit. And we're gonna move the stones. And I just move it to make space for the other, you know, when I'm moving the stones around and I want it to be super tight. Now, generally, like this is a design that I'm just creating for my auntie. Like if you're doing a one type of, like nobody else is, I'm never going to brush this in again unless she wants another 1968 shirt. But this, you know, if you're selling templates, this part is totally worth it in the end. All right, so I got that part done. So another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take that black shadow layer and I'm actually going to go around the rest of the design. Like I got to fill this part in, but in here, and then I'm also going to go around here and just fill that in because I just like it when it has like a nice clean thin line around it like that. Thank you, Miss Steele. All right, let me. If anybody, well, Coretta has her 1968. I was gonna say maybe I'll put it in the member. If anybody's born in 1968, you can have it. But that's, I'm not gonna use it again. All right, so I'm just putting stones. I do like to maximize the screen so I could see it, and I do feel like I have more control over the rhinestones with it being maximized like this. So I do recommend that, because that way you can make sure there aren't any overlapping stones or anything like that. I'm just following everything that's behind. I'll move this up a little bit. And I'm going to move it just like that. All right, that looks good to me. All right, so I'll hit the top part in a minute. Now you don't have to do like this. You really don't. Like I just don't like a lot of space in between the stones. But you don't have, like, this don't have to be your struggle. It's really weird that I get like this. That's how it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be done with it in order, like, for us to cut it out and brush it in. And then I had the nerve to make it about 6 or 7 layers, like Marilyn's favorite salad. Like, this is crazy. All right. In Adobe, I can move it a lot quicker, but I think the PC version of this is faster too. But it's not going too slow. It's just that, like, I want it to look a certain way. That's the only thing. All right, so now I'm going to have to, so see how that is. Like, I will just move that down a little bit, but not really changing the design up. And I keep going the wrong way. This is so weird. It's all working out for the good. All right, let's see. All right. So we're done with this part right here. I'm going to move it down a little bit. See, I'm just making room. That's it. And keep going the wrong way. Sorry, y'all. Let's say I'll move this up here like this. And then I'm going to move this right here. Move that down because I want it to have like the same curve. I don't want, yeah. This is literally what I do for every single design. And if you want to, like, change it, let's say if I want to say, oh, hey, now I want an SS6, then I would have to do the same thing for SS6. Or if I want to change the size of it, I have to do the same thing. So creating rhinestone templates, it does take a lot of time. And I don't do custom. Somebody's going to ask me, if you're new here, I'm so sorry, but I don't do any custom. I won't even respond to a custom message because I see it so much. And no, I don't love anybody enough to create a custom design for you, except my auntie. She used to do my hair when I was little, and she has, yeah, she is my homegirl. So yeah, please don't ask me if I do. Will I make a logo for you or anything? I won't. Check out Laura Trevino. She does great work. Laura Trevino has been doing bling designs for years. She's Creative Arts by LT. Um, and for years, I've referred people to her, and anybody that I've referred to her, they've had very, very good outcomes with her. So please check her out. It's just not going to be me. All right. Because I get crazy. Like, I can't. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. All right, let's see. I would say Maryland, but Maryland, I don't think Maryland is doing any custom designs either. Yo, this takes up a lot of time. And I don't have time. If y'all don't know, I have a full-time job teaching people's kids. All right. I want this to be a little more curved like that. I don't want it to go in. So the next thing I'm going to do is, you guys see how this portion is right here. I'm going to just, I'm going to bring this up. So even though stones aren't there, I'm going to create stones for that area because I just like how that looks. It feels unfinished to me right there. And I know that before I added the offset to cut it out, there was a part of the shadow there. It had to be. Right? So move that over. And I think that that just makes it look a whole lot better when you have it like clean like that. So we have this part. I'm going to leave this like this. I'm not 100% in love with the layout of that, but that's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And then I'm going to go over. This may not take us that long, y'all. I still have to work on the insides, but those insides really aren't bad at all. Y'all probably like, girl, yes, that is. That's a lot of work, isn't it? You have to love what you do, y'all. You have to love it. And I love, love, love this. I love it. All right, so I just moved that there, added another one, and that'll satisfy me. All right, did I work on here already? Nope, I didn't. I didn't, y'all. All right, so I'm just gonna close this up a little bit here. Uh-oh. I am not used to this computer at all. I like for my lines to be very, very detailed. Very, very detailed. I don't like, sometimes when you create rhinestone designs, you get like all those squiggly, like it looks kind of squiggly. I can't take that. And that way I'm kind of like Marilyn. Marilyn doesn't like it either. Marilyn likes all her stuff to be in uniform, aligned, girlfriend. Don't be giving her no messy stuff. It has to be in linear. If it's not in linear, then it's not right. Isn't that right near here? If it's not in linear, it's not right. She's probably like, Patrice, gosh. Gosh, girl. All right, let me see. I gotta go up. I'm gonna go. Every time I go the wrong direction, that's because that's how it go in the other computer. Sorry. I know that may be a little bit too much, but it's aggravating me. Hey, Evie. So, y'all, this is the rhinestone supplier, Evie, the baby's booty. Because once we start doing stones, somebody's going to ask me. If this is your first time here, I know people are going to ask me, where do you get your stones from? Somebody asked me. I get them from the baby's booty. All right. All right, I'm just going to bring this up a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. All right, let me move this over. You see how that looks? I don't like stuff like this. I don't like that. So it has to, like, I like for it to be very neat. I'm going to always do this. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is before I go to the other portion, I'm going to go over here and we're going to go back to that middle part right here. I want to look at this to see if I can get stones here, like here. You'll see that? I don't like that part like that. So before I move over to the one, that's what I'm going to do. So let's make this a little bit larger. If I missed you guys, I'm so sorry if you said anything, but all right, so I kind of like to go in like a honeycomb way. Like, let's say if I go here, but then now I have too much space in between there. So I'm just going to bring this down. And you guys will see what I'm going to do in a minute. And I'm just going to keep moving this up. Just like that. What I like about Adobe Illustrator is that I can isolate the colors and only work with that area, even with the stones being released. So let's say if I wanted to move this over, I could just select all of those pink and nudge it over. But with it like this, I can't really do that with it like this. But it's going to be fine because this isn't even stressful right here. So I'm just going to move these just so that it's not overlapping. It can be touching a little bit, but I don't want it to be like overlapping. And then I'll just adjust the blues so that they're not touching the pink. Very, very simple fix. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. Move that over. I have to go get me a snack, y'all. All right. Okay. And I'm just moving it so that it's not overlapping that part, because when we get ready to layer this, I don't want any issues. So this is fine. I'm going to move these when we get ready to move those stones. Okay. Is it easier than so? Mrs. Phenomenal Creations, I have the Rhinestone Wizard, and it's really Corel Draw that you need to know when designing in it. And then it has its add-on feature with the Rhinestone Wizard, but I prefer Silhouette Studio 100%. Now you can do a lot of things in it. I'm not going to say that the Rhinestone Wizard isn't worth it. It is 100% worth it. You will still have to do work like this inside of it. But as far as like pricing is concerned, I would say this beats it with pricing, but there are other features with the Rhinestone Wizard that you may like the mock-ups, and just it's a good software. But if you're not looking to spend that type of money on it, then this is one day we'll do a Rhinestone Wizard live, so you guys could kind of see it. Some of you guys have seen it, some of you guys have not seen it, but we'll do it. All right, so I just moved that, and I'm gonna work on that side later. If I don't get to it, y'all, somebody remind me that I didn't move those stones. Where's Kristen? Kristen, remind me. All right, so we have here. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna also, before I keep doing that, I'm gonna also put like an extra layer around here. So I'm gonna move to the inside of this 8 first, because that inside of that 8 looks very botchy. Let's go here. All right, so we're just gonna fill this in. And this is almost like the color pictures where you have to, it's number color by number kind of. This is kind of like that. But I do like to leave like the details, like how this space is right here. Like I want to leave that because that's gonna really give it the 3D look. Right, I'm just moving these so that way I won't have any overlapping stones. I don't want that, or touching. You never want your same colors to touch. All right. Let me see where else we're going to go next. So we did that one. Did we do the 9? I think we got to go. Let's fix the inside of that 9. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. We might be in good time. I do have some things to do in the morning, but I think we can probably get this done and brushed in. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to move that. She's going to get a black shirt, y'all. You know, nobody's really surprised. And we're going to use all these shades of blue. I couldn't find my Sapphire AB. I need to see where I don't even know if I really need to use Sapphire AB. So I'm just going to move this over like that. Move that down a little bit. Move that over. Okay, move that up. All right, that should be good. Even though that, no, I'm gonna move that right there. Move that down, and then we're gonna move that. But that way it's touching, but not touching. All right, so let's go back over. I do want to, okay, so another thing, this is another time where I'm gonna alter it just a little bit. Let me just go down. All right, so we're going to create. Hey, Shamika and Niall. If I missed y'all, I'm sorry. You see how that 9 is right there? I kind of want to, like that. This is why I'm closing it up. It's not something that you have to do, but I just know like what I want that end result to look like. So that's what I'm doing. And then this is going to go like that. I'm going to add a little bit more space to it. A little bit more. All right. So then we're going to bring this down. Remember how I told you guys like to do like the honeycomb? Like that would, that's where this will come in handy right here. And then I'm going to move this up. Move that. And we're going to be good. Right there. All right. So I just kind of changed it a little bit, but I don't really want to change the actual shape of the letter or the number. All right, so that's going to give me like that little outline there. Now, did I have to do that? No. You don't have to. Now, I do see over here where the 6 is. I'm like, girl, does it take all of this? Yes, it does. All right. So now I'm just going to add this like here. If you're selling templates, it should take all of this. Unfortunately, it should. Sorry. All right, so I'm just going to bring this. Ask Marilyn how long it takes her to do a template. Mirabelle, how long does it take you to do a rhinestone template? Marilyn has the neatest rhinestone templates ever. Like they're so neat. Now we'll get lazy sometimes. All right, let me go down. I didn't do anything. I thought I did something right here, y'all. Maybe I didn't. All right, we're going to hit that one later. Let's go ahead and just create our outline here. I figure we will probably finish this part by 9:30. Hopefully. So I'm just doing the outline around here. And yes, I'm placing them one by one. That's kind of what you do. It really was a setup. I should have left part of that shadow layer. I shouldn't have had the other part cut into it, but I didn't want a double layer of stones. So you don't have to do this, but I just like it like this. All right, so I'm gonna move that down. Just that little space. Move that here. And then, oh, trace. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm gonna just move that down. Move it up. Hold on, I'm gonna look at the chat in a minute. Oh no, I can't really. And here, what I'm doing here is like I'm just moving that little outline away from the pink just to give me like just to close that gap in a little bit, but not too much. I still want it to look like an outline. And then I'm just gonna straighten that up. It shouldn't take long for it because this was under 2,000 stones when we first started. So it shouldn't take that long for, and of course we added more, but not too much more. All right, I'm trying to think if I want to put some, let me look at that original. All right, y'all see how this looks here? So that black is back there. There was just the outline right there. So I didn't really have to put the outline there, but I kind of wanted to. All right. All right, we're gonna go around the 6. We're almost done with this part, y'all. You guys are so patient. Thank you for hanging out with me. I had like several people request a design video. So we're gonna do, next time we'll do something different. Maybe just a regular SVG. And then we'll do a, we'll digitize. I don't know if we're gonna do Brilliant or Chroma. It's been a while since we did either Brilliant or Chroma. So we'll do one of those. And we'll do like, I don't know if we're gonna, it's always gonna be that we can design and do the project. Maybe just design. All right, I'm just following the outline here, y'all. All right, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger because that's touching. Embarrassing. Marilyn, how long does it usually take you? Days, like me? Some designs, y'all, it takes me days to do. It takes me days. All right, I just took a little break to look at the chat. Chris and me too. It's not as nice as this. It's not. It's not. Like you have to use the software to know like how, and I think maybe it's something that they would work, like they're probably still fixing some things, but it's not as smooth as this. It's not. And then you're paying for it monthly, like we're not paying for that monthly, but you're paying for the software monthly. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird, like everybody who was complaining about Cricut and the Cricut design space and paying for it, like they're happily paying for Leonardo. It's so well, there's a big difference between the two. There's a big difference. Leonardo is more of a design software than Cricut is. Like you can do a lot of other things in Leonardo. So I get that part. But with Silhouette Studio, you don't have to continue to pay every single month. You pay one flat fee. I've had Silhouette Studio for about 5 years now, and guess what? I haven't had to pay anything else on it. I paid that one time. I think when I got Silhouette Studio, it might have been $99. Or maybe it was $49. I forgot. It wasn't always $49. It used to be $99. That was the sale. And when I got it, I haven't had to pay anything else for it. Now they do have like a Silhouette Design store that you can go to and get pre-made things that other people have made. But I mean, I have Creative Fabrica for that. I don't need anything else for it, in my opinion. And they do have like some sketch fonts and things like that. We didn't even talk about sketch fonts tonight because we're not using them. But they have different things. They have rhinestone clip art in the Silhouette store, stuff like that. All right. Let's see. All right. All right, we're gonna keep moving more stones. Okay, we already made it over to the 1, y'all. We're doing good. All right, we might be finished before 9:30 with the black. And then we're gonna cut it. We're going to, I gotta save it, and then I'm gonna save it and send it to myself because we gotta send it to, I don't have Leonardo on this computer, do I? I don't think I have Leonardo on this computer. I might, I don't know. I don't do a lot of things with this computer except like DTF stuff, laser stuff. Like that's usually what this computer is dedicated for. And then I also have on here the embroidery legacy software on here too. We could do a live on that, talking about that new software. All right, so let me see. So I'm gonna go all the way down, and when we're almost done with the outline. All right. I'll put 1 here. All right. Let's see. Let's zoom out. Let's see. Let's see. All right. That's looking good. We don't have an outline. We're going to have more of an outline than what, because you see, okay, so that if you look here, we had a little bit more. We didn't have that out, but that's because I cut it. Where's that other original? So you guys see, like, you still have like a thin layer of the black there. Maybe not right there, but I'm happy with this. Let's make it a little bit larger. And then we're almost done with this part. I still got to do like up in here. Let's fill in that 9 real quick. So is this anyone's first time seeing this done? Let us know. And you're like, why is this lady moving? Why is this chick moving all of these dots? It's going to turn into something beautiful. And it's very addicting. It's very addictive. Very. All right, so I'm not going to fill that part in because it's very thin. I am going to go here like that. All right, let's go like this. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to put another one right there. I can. I don't like all that open space, y'all. All right, let me zoom out. The only thing I don't like about Silhouette, like I can't use my mouse pad to zoom in and zoom out. That's one thing I don't like about it. All right, we're looking good. I don't think I could fit another stone up here though, which I want to. I don't like how this looks. Let me move this up and see if I could fit. Nope. That's just gonna be too much. Yeah, no. I'm just going to delete that. And what I'm going to do is just to kind of help me remove some of that space, just close that gap in a little bit. Just a little. Doesn't have to be too much. I'm going to move that up. I'm going to do the same thing here. Just to move it in, that's a little bit. That way it kind of looks like it's not too gappy, like too much space. Okay. Let me see if I can fit something else up here. Let's see. All right. Okay. This part is just when somebody's extra, like they just don't know when to move on. That's what happens. So don't be like that. All right, so I'm gonna actually, okay, no, I should be able to fit these stones here. Okay, so when it's like this, like I'll just kind of move that bottom row down, but still staying along the lines of the design because I don't want to distort the design. I want it to look this, I want it to look like how it's supposed to look. So let's say, but I may not be able to get it as tight as I want it to be, but it's fine. We're all done with the black, y'all. So now we just got to work with other colors. So exciting. All right, where's my drink? I'm going to put this right here. All right, so I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. I don't necessarily like this look. So I usually like kind of clean it up a bit. And we're going to move this like that. I'm going to move this down. And then we're going to be good right here. Except right there, that doesn't look good. And so here I'm just going to add a little bit of like more space in between. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could probably fit another stone if I just made everything tighter, but we're not going to do that. Monty, she's going to be very blingy in this. All right. So the black part is done. You're probably like, girl, that is too much. It's not too much. So now I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to place some stones here just to fill up the empty space. I'm not trying to get this area too tight because we don't really have time for that. And it's going to be fun. Do y'all want to cut it out tonight? If not, then we don't have to. I mean, I can put it out. Y'all don't have to be here with me to cut it out. All right, let me move this up. Close this up a little bit. And then I'm going to add another stone right there. All right, you see there's overlapping. So you always want to look for any stones that are overlapping. If they're overlapping, that means that they, when it's time to press them, or when you cut it, it's just going to cut into the template, into the flock. I kind of want to put one right here too. So guess what that means, y'all. I gotta move this up a little bit so I can make room for it. That's why I like having them all released, because then I can kind of move things around a little bit better. Like having all the stones released at once. All right, the one's almost done. Oh, we're almost done, y'all. The one's almost done. You're like, girl, that one is not almost done. It is. It's almost done. All right, that looks good. I'm just gonna move that down just a little bit. Okay. All right. We'll be done soon. Rachel, no, I need to cut it. I read that in a whole different way. I read that in all. See all this space right here, yo. This is what I can't take. I don't like all that space like that. I know I said I wasn't gonna be anal about it, but let's see if I can fit one right here. All right. It shouldn't take long. I'm gonna put on the max speed the Caesar Romeo on max speed and it'll be fine. I'm just gonna have to set it up. Okay, so we're done with the 1. Let's go over here to the 9. You'll see how that looks. I can't take it. I like it. It needs to go. I don't like when it does that to me. Yep. All right. I did not mean to move you. Sorry. All right. And then I'm going to save it as an SVG, and then we'll open it up in Leonardo. I might have Leonardo on this computer. I might. I hope I do, because that way I won't have to switch it over to the MacBook. That would be so better for all of us. I don't have my flash drive in here, so I'll have to, I'll have to email it to me, to myself. Let's see if that, yep, perfect. Okay, this part is done. I'm not really going to change this right here. So move that down a little bit. Bring this down right there. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Let me move this here. Move that over. Don't mind touching. Okay, let me see if I missed anything. Hey, Jesse. So closest, you don't want it to touch. Like that, this is too close. Like this, that's pretty good. Like that's where it's good. And only because I've been doing it for a while, that's why I know that, Kristen. But it can be too close. And then some cutters, like it's just, that blade doesn't just, yeah. Yeah, no. But yeah. Like anything less than 0.014, 0.013, that's going to be too close. So anybody who's just starting out, I always recommend just use the default for now. And then as you start getting more comfortable with it, then you can reduce that amount of space in between your stones. And you do want to catch the ones that are touching or overlapping, because all that does is create a hole. It creates a hole, and then once you don't want any of that flock to go into the blade housing, because once it does, then you could have more of a disaster on your hands with it like that. Okay, we're going to do it like this. We'll move that over. Yes, that looks good. All right. Okay, I think we're in good shape, guys. Okay, so I'm going to move this just like that. We're going to add this one right here, and then we're good with that. Remove this down just a little bit. Now, if you see some of the stones that are touching the different color stones, that's fine as long as they're not like this on top. But with it being like just right there, you'll be good. It won't affect the cut because those colors are going to be cut separately. You just got to worry about it affecting the press. Let me put one right here. Yeah, this is all working out so good for us today. All right, I'm just moving these stones because we don't want too much of an issue there. Can I fit one right here? Yeah, that's pushing it. That's pushing it. So we'll just space it out like that. So it looks a little more full. Okay, I think the 9 is done. The 9 is done. The 9 looks good, except there's one area right here that I don't like. Let's see if I can do anything with that. And then we're going to move to the 6 and then to the 8. It's 9:27. We're almost in good time. Almost in good time. Yeah, I was pushing that, y'all. I'm going to just go ahead and delete it. I'm just going to spread it out a little bit more. There's not really much else I could do right there. All right, let's move over. And the 6, I must already did this one. Did I already do the 6? I don't think I did all of the 6. But the 6, that part looks good. I had to have done that. All right, let's just line this up. See how these look kind of jumbled here? That's not like, I don't like it like that. Until I can fit 2 in a line, then we'll just keep it like this. See if I can fit something right there. If you guys have said anything, I'm so sorry. I am moving stones around. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, please hit the like button. I'd totally appreciate it. All right, y'all see here, nobody reminded me to move these away. Okay, that's going to be pretty good. You just kind of keep it lined up. Well, at least I know I'm not going to be playing Candy Crush tonight because I got to go to sleep. I got to do a few things in the morning. So this is my Candy Crush time right here. And it's totally worth it hanging with y'all. Y'all over Candy Crush any day. All right, let's see. Let me bring this up. Let me bring this. All right. Okay, it's good. Now I'm not going to be able to fit another stone there. I wish I was. Let's see. Now it's starting to look a little bit jumbled, but I'm going to see if I could, how far I can go up. Usually I'm doing this by myself, y'all. So I appreciate the company. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. Now, that's a little hump. I don't want that like that. Okay. That's better. All right. I think. No, we're not done. I thought we were. We got to clean this one up, and then we got to go to the 8, and then we'll be almost done, I think, y'all. I think we're almost done. Don't want that like that. And this right here. This blue is so hard to see. Can y'all see that blue good, or is it just me? My eyes not as young as they used to be. Whoa. Okay, let's see. It's on this shade of blue that it's sitting on top of. It makes it super hard to see it, at least to me. I'll probably like hard to see that. What's wrong with you? All right. We'll put this over here like this. And then we're going to see if we could. We could. Let me see if I can get one right there. I can. Yes. Okay, let's. I would say I had something to talk about, but girl, y'all, I have nothing to talk about at all, except that it's summer and I am enjoying these summer days. I've been doing some sublimation stuff, like trying to do some sublimation videos. I got some Cricut stuff that I've been working on. Like stuff that's what I've been doing, going through my old videos. I have videos from like 3 years ago that I never uploaded. There's different reasons why I won't upload a video. And then when I look at it now, I'm like, oh, you should have uploaded that. So I've been trying to see which videos I'm going to salvage and add to them to upload. So yeah, that's what your girl has been doing while she's been on summer vacation. I may have to go back into work a little bit earlier than usual. So I've been enjoying myself, trying to sleep in more. Not like Marilyn sleeping in, but sleeping in. Totally worth it. Yeah, I can't even see this. Oh, yeah. All right, that's good. I think our 6 is done. Let's look at it. Let's reduce it. Ooh, Rachel, this is like 7 layers. Black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe 6, maybe 7. I think it's 7. Like Marilyn's favorite salad. I don't know what, Rachel, I don't know what I was even thinking. I wasn't thinking, that's the problem. All right, I'm going to put this right here. Because I want to, just to give me a little separation. Didn't have to. Probably shouldn't have did it. But, yeah. All right, let's do the 8, and then we're going to be done. And y'all will see how we'll finish this up. And, yep. I want to put one more here, but I don't think that's going to fit good. Nope. Well, let's see. Let's just bring this like this. Move that up a little bit. Okay, we might be in good shape. Let's see. Okay, y'all, I think we're in good shape. This shouldn't take too much longer. And then we'll be cutting. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to have to get a snack while I'm cutting. I didn't even eat dinner. Oh, and I meant to eat something. All right, let me move this like this. Let's see. Okay. Okay, y'all doing so good. All right. I'll put one more here. We're good. All right. And then squeeze up there. But you guys see why I like to have them all released, because I can go from one color to the next and just move the stones as I see fit. That reduces time too. All right. I haven't done a rhinestone template since I've been on vacation. Now I have another idea. That other 1960 looks so good. I don't know how to do that. Do something else. And I'm gonna have to go download those fonts onto the MacBook. I mean, bring that down there like that. All right, y'all, we're moving right along. here. That down there. And this right here. I really wish I could use, like, I think that's another reason why I like Adobe, using Adobe, because I can't really move around as quickly in Silhouette Studio. It's not like made for that, as opposed to like Adobe where you could just zoom in, zoom out with like just panning your fingers. You can't do that here. So tell me, anybody who wants to create templates, like if this is like, oh girl, this takes too much time, I can't do that. Tell me if that's you. If you're like, that just takes too much time. I do think that in the end, if you're looking to sell templates, it's totally worth it. That's why Rhinestone templates are not cheap, because the person who makes it is generally, if they care about how it looks and making sure that you can cut it easily, they're working hard doing it. So it generally takes a little bit of time. Some people are literally touching all of the stones in the design. I try to avoid that, but as y'all see, I'm touching a good amount of these stones. It's not that I really had to touch all of them like this, but I want to. And like, I had somebody get a template and they didn't know how to download it. If you don't know how to practice, go on Creative Fabrica, download things so that you can learn how to like download, just a basic download. If you have the all access membership, know that some things come in zip files, and that's just a compressed folder, or it can be one file that's compressed, to make it a little bit easier and not take up so much space. But you have to download the zip file and then you have to open it. All right, let me add more here. Just because I knew that area was thin. That was like the thin area I was telling you all about. I'm actually gonna lift it up. I'm not gonna bring it down, because now this type of touching is fine. It's not gonna do anything to it. That's fine. You just don't want too much. We're almost done. No, we're almost out of here. Well, almost ready to cut, because Rachel said I need to cut it. And Jessie said, yes, girl, you better cut it and brush it in. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's the summertime. I don't have to be at work tomorrow. Did I already do this? Yeah, I think I did. I think we're good. Let's zoom out and see what it looks like. What y'all think? Oh, that looks good. I don't like this, how the stones look right here, but that looks good, y'all. Thanks, T Designs by D. Hey, Marta. Hello. Lisa, it is worth the time. It is worth the time. Hey, Jess. Definitely like diamond painting. You gonna make me, I need to pull out my my diamond painting that I worked on 3 years ago. All right, y'all. So now we're gonna get ready to open up the select by color, because I'm done. I have like some open spaces here that I don't really like, but sometimes these are, you have no way around that. Okay, so it'll be fine. So I'm going to go to select by color up here. And then all I'm going to do now is I'm going to begin selecting these layers, these colors. So let's go with the black first. And if you notice, it selected all of those black rhinestones there. I'm going to right click and then I'm going to group those together. Now, the order of what I'm doing here in Silhouette Studio is very important. So I want to group it together first, right? After I group it together, then I'm going to make it into a compound path, because once I open it inside of a software like Create Design Space, it'll all be together. So if you look here, it's telling me how many black rhinestones I'm going to need. So I'm going to need 594 black stones. Look here, like undo group right here. That's 594 stones. So that's how many stones I group together. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to make compound path. It took the color away, but it's fine. Uh-oh, y'all know what it did too? Let me undo. Okay, so before I actually do that, I want to remove the picture from behind it, because when I was selecting that black, it was selecting this too, and I don't want that to be made into a compound path. So I'm gonna move that out of the way. So we're gonna move that out of the way. I could, if I wanted to print that out, I could. The only thing is that like I would want to probably just like move some of that space in there. Like there's some things that I would change about that first. All right, so let's go back to select by color. And then we're going to go to get the black. It's going to do the same thing. Did I select? Oh, there it goes. Now we're going to group that together again. I'm going to group, and then we're going to make that into a compound path. Now it's grouped together again. That's 594 stones. 593 stones, because remember it had the other image in the back. So now I'm going to select make compound path, and I'm just going to turn that back black. And then I'm removing the outline from around it too, because it doesn't look good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that pink, purplish pink color. Come on. And now you see those are all selected. Let me make it bigger so you can see. You'll see all the bounding boxes around each individual stone. I'm going to right click. We're going to group it together. Again, this is very important to do it in this order. And then I'm going to make it into a compound path. If you don't do it in this order, what happens is that the stones will shift, and you'll end up releasing it again and then restarting it again. Hey, Sylvia. All right, so now we're going to go back and we're going to start selecting some of the blues. So I'm going to select this blue right here, and we're going to right click, group it together. And then that's only 165 stones. I'm going to select make compound path. This may not take us that long to do. I don't remember which blue that was really. And I can't even tell from that. Maybe it's this one. I can't tell. All right, but it's fine. All right, so then I'm going to select this blue right here. And then we're going to select, we're going to select group. There's my group. And then we're going to right click and make compound path. And that one's only about 92 stones. This shouldn't take us that long to, I don't remember what blue that is either. Maybe it's this one. Maybe not. No, that looks like that same blue over there. I'm just gonna go with purple, just to be on the safe side. I don't want any drama. Okay, let's select that. Let's right click, group. We're gonna right click and make it into a compound path. No. There we go. We're gonna right click and make that into a compound path. And we're gonna change that color. I can do any color at this point. I just don't want it to be the same color. All right, where's the other blue? We have this blue right here. We're gonna right click, make that into a compound path. Or we're gonna group it first and then make it into a compound path. And then we're gonna turn that into, let's see, yellow. This is just the color. When you're creating your templates, the color doesn't really matter. Just making sure you know your different layers. That's what's most important. All right, so I'm gonna right click. We're gonna group that, and then we're gonna make that into compound path. Every time I group it, it gives me up here at the top where it says undo group. Then that tells me how many stones I just grouped together. And it's just an easy way of like knowing how many stones you're gonna need for your design. All right, so let's go ahead and turn that blue. All right, and we're pretty much ready. We are done with this design. My little 6 down, like I do not like space like this, y'all. But it's gonna be fine. I bet it's gonna look wonderful. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna select all of this. Oh, y'all know how it got so big when I added this extra outline? Well, she don't have to have a big 19. She wanted 1968 on her shirt. It's gonna be on there. So let's go to file, and I'm going to select save selection. So when you select save selection, it's only going to save what I have selected here on the screen. It's not going to save anything else on the screen. So I'm just going to put save selection, save to hard drive. And we're going to say 1968, SS10. And this is 10.826. So what I'm doing now is I'm including the size of the design inside of the title. The size of this design is very important because any software that you take this in, you need this to be the exact size. So this needs to be 10.826 wide by 4.44 inches high. That is going to determine the size of your rhinestones. So you don't want to have it any other size except what this tells you. We can't resize it or anything. At this point, we are done with this design. Okay, so I'm just going to select OK. Well, no, I'm going to change this to SVG. So save as type. And with the business edition, if you don't have the business edition, you don't see all of these options. But with the business edition, you have this option. So we'll select SVG. Hey, Josie. Thank you, girl. And I'm going to select OK. All right, so all of that is saved. Let me see if I have Leonardo. Do I have Leonardo? I do, y'all. I do. Okay, so it's going to open up. I may have to put in my username and password because I haven't used it in a while. And I may not even have the most latest version. Yep, I knew it. Let's see if can you guys see it? No, you guys can't see it. Let's hope I remember what my username is, what my password is. I don't remember everything all the time. Let's see if that did it. Did it do it? It did. It did. Okay. Oh, they have easy transfers are the new high quality direct film DTF solution. I Caesar use code Leo10 at checkout. So maybe you'll get like a discount. It didn't say what type of discount. All right, so let's bring in that file. I'm going to select import. And here's the file that we have right here. We have the 1968 SS10. I'm going to select that and we're going to bring it in. Now, what I want to make sure is that it comes in at the size that I need it to come in at. We're going to select next. Whoa. Why y'all didn't tell me, like, Patrice, chill out. You don't need all those layers. We have 7 layers, like Maryland salad, and we're going to select apply because I'm going to leave it just like that. Now, at that point, I could have changed it if I wanted to, but wait, I'm missing some stones here. Wait, let me go back to, it does look like that. Like I missed some stones right there. I don't like that. All right, so let's get ready to change this up. That's another thing I don't like. I can't use my fingers to make it larger and stuff. That's another thing I don't like about the same thing I don't like about Silhouette Studio. I don't like that about Leonardo either. All right, so let's make this, before we do that, let's go ahead. I'm going to select the purple. Now the design itself, it's the right size, 10.826 by 4.444. I'm going to ungroup. I'm not going to release anything, but I'm going to ungroup. All right, so let's go ahead. I do want to put a stone there. So I'm just going to release the purple really quick. Order, let's go to paths. Let's go break paths up. Oh, it is there. I must have missed a stone or something. I must not have, I did something because you guys see like it filled in then. Combine. And then release. There's a stone there. I don't know how I didn't. When I break the path, you'll see it came back. So I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. So we're going to move this out of the way. Now all I'm going to do is, so I'm going to create a box. I'm on box. Just a little square, and I'm going to put the square around here because I'm just creating the bounding boxes around this little portion right here. I'm going to move this over, up, and then I'm going to select both of those, and then I'm just going to select combine path. And then my little dot still got missing. I'll have to, it'll be fine. I was going to add one there, but it looked like it didn't need it. Uh-oh. All right, so let's create another box for this part, for the 8. And I'm just making sure that the box isn't touching the stones or the circles. And we're gonna do that. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do we're gonna combine it. Just going to paths, combine paths, and this just creates the bounding box around it. If you notice, I'm not resizing anything, okay? So we're gonna leave this 1968 like this. I'm going to create my bounding box around it. And you don't want it to touch. There we go. I'm going to select both of these. We're going to right click and we're going to select combine paths. And then we're going to do the same thing for all the other parts, guys. The same thing. Because somebody let me, and I'm blaming y'all. I'm blaming y'all for letting me create a 7-layer design. My auntie don't know anything about layered designs. I probably could have just did a one little color. I could have probably just did Crystal AB and she would have been happy with it. But no, here we are with a 7-layer template for this one-time use design. What is wrong with me? All right, so we're gonna, I don't want to be too tight. All right, so we're gonna select here. I'm just doing the same thing. We're just combining it so that we create our little templates. I'm doing this for all of the parts. Do you have to do this? No, but you do have to, if you have a layered design, you do need to ungroup it and break it apart. If not, it'll all cut out together. All right, paths, combine. We have 2 more parts. Yo, why did we do this? I'm really blaming y'all for this. Because nobody stopped me. Nobody said, Patrice, this is too much. Your auntie doesn't know about all these different things. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go over just a little bit and up. And here we go. All right. All right. We're done with that part, guys. All done finally. Let me take a sip. Miss Sharon Davenport, you're right. And let's see. Y'all didn't even say nothing. Y'all just let me do it. All right, I'm just moving. Uh-oh, I don't want to do that. I just want to move you. Let me move these out of the way. I'm going to create, let's go with a 24-inch space. That may be good. All right, we're going to go here. And here I'm just setting it up. We're going to get ready to cut it in a minute. And it doesn't really take up that much block. So that's not bad. I usually get my pieces a little bit closer together, but I'm not really worried about it right now. Uh-oh. Over. All right. Could go there, but I'm just going to stack it up right here. Why not? Now, I should have spaced this out so that I'll know exactly which part goes where. I think we'll be able to figure it out. All right, let me. No, I don't want it to slant. That's going to be good. All right, so I'm going to turn all these the same color. It's just a habit that I have to turn everything the same color before I send it. And I'm going to click Send Design. Let me head over to Romeo. We're going to put the cut settings at 75 pressure and 13 speed. Whew. The bones feel old. Okay, cut settings. I'm going to go to 13. We're going to try to have this go really quick. And then, of course, it's going to be 74 or 75. All right, let's hope we do good, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know if my cut ain't good, I'm not even gonna waste your time or my time trying to do it. So hopefully this cut is gonna be good. Let me check my blade. That's a whole nother story. All right. That shit looks good. It looks good. It looks good. All right. All right, we're gonna get ready to cut it. Let me select send, select the artwork. Okay, that looks good. All right, so hopefully, okay, it's connected. So I'm gonna click send. Okay, we're not mirroring with no auto weed box, cut past the save. Nope. Use cutters settings. I'm gonna select that because I don't, yep, everything looks good. Click send the cutter. Wi-Fi. Oh my goodness. I thought it said connected. Or does it say it's connected to Caesar Romeo? Okay, let me go over to settings, y'all. I don't want no drama. Why? Okay, it's on there. Let me see. Okay, select the settings. It's there. It's there. Oh, because I'm on her side IP address. Oh, 200. So 10. I think that's the right one. Oh. 10 dot. Let me not forget my dot. Dot. Return advance to end of cut. Come into advance to end of cut. I'm going to click OK. Okay. Let's set the cutter. It's going, y'all. It's going. All right. So, what else are we going to do, y'all, while it's cutting? What time is it? So it's, oh my goodness, it's 10 o'clock. Not too bad to have done a whole design in what, like 2 hours, 2.5. Well, I probably, let's say we started with like 8, a little bit before 8. It really is not that. It's not that long for y'all. It's probably a long time, but I don't consider it a long time. All right, so silhouette's cutting. Not silhouette. Leonardo's cutting. So I need to see. I want to see what happened here. Why that one got missing. I don't know. Release. You know why? There's an overlapping stone. That's why. There was an overlapping stone right there. I don't know how that happened. But that's what happens like when it's an overlapping stone and you do a compound path and it was an overlapping stone. Ay. Girl. Let me go ahead and delete it. Not like I'm gonna be cutting this again. Now, you see all this space here? Like, I wish I would have paid more attention to that. Oh, Jesse. I got some quest. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Fern. Hey, Teresa, Sister Heart, Crafting Things. Anybody I missed? I'm sorry. Miss Gill, it's not still early. It's not early. It's late. Hey, Laura. Everybody, that's so Creative Art by OT. That's what I was talking about as far as like if you need some custom work done for templates. She's been doing it for a while, and that's why I refer people to. I don't do any custom templates for anybody. Oh. Hey, Miss Evelyn Warner. Kristen. Kristen, I don't even know what I was thinking to do this on a live like this. I know I always do too much. I try my hardest not to, but I can't help it. Do I have any members who's born in 1968? Let me know. If I do, I'll put this in the community tab if anybody wants it. It's not, it's not very fun. Like I'm like, you, that's all you want is 1968. She probably would have been happy with it just being 1968 in single line. And here I go, making shadows and all this other stuff. Look at all we did today. Now this is my favorite though. I think I should have went with that one. While it's cutting, let me see what I'm gonna do with this. I'll move this over to this side. But that's the final. It doesn't look bad. I like it, actually. Like this one. I love this one. Even if I just did like the outline with it's not even that big. Let me see. I'm gonna bring over here. Let's see if I stretch it out a little bit. It'll be a bigger design, a little bit bigger. Doesn't even have to be like, yeah, not even like 10 by 10. That's good. I guess 9.5. All right, I'll make another copy. Sorry, I make copies for no reason. Okay, one part's already done. Sounding good. We may be good to go. I should start getting set up to brush it in. I'm gonna do an internal offset. And I'm going to turn it to black. And then we just do an outline. Like I'm not even going to create like a shadow, even though I could. You should see what a shadow layer would look like. Let me bring that here. But if I turn this into stones like this, outline. Let me grab pink. Yo, I think I like this one better. After all of that. After all of that. And then let's select. Okay. Black. I like this. And I would probably still do like a multicolored. She might get 2 shirts, y'all. She's worth it. Let's add a shadow layer. Like a 3D. Let's see what that will look like. It's back. Let's go over to replicate. Advanced replicate. Let's make about, let's do 4. Custom. Let's go 0.1. Now 0.125, like you can get more stones with 0.125 because it's thicker. But let's go 0.1. And we have 4 layers as opposed to the last one we did, we just had 3. Maybe we'll add that one. Okay. I'm going to turn that. I can know, right? Okay, let's open up. We'll weld that together. Make that into a compound pad. I'll send it to the pad. Oh, it's I think I have my pressure too much. I've been working with 75 for the longest. And now my pressure's too, oh my goodness. It's too much. I gotta put my pressure on. Oh, I think I know why. It's my old flock. It's not the other flock. That's why. I thought it was a new flock. I guess I can't finish playing with that because I need to try to get this cleaned up. I thought this was the new flock. So the new flock, the pressure is different. And I picked up an old piece of flock to cut, but I thought that it was the like leftover of the new flock. Oh, yeah. That's why. That's why, guys. Why? But nonetheless, I'm not gonna finish this one on live, but I kind of like how that turned out. Actually, she may get 2 1968 shirts since she wanted a shirt so bad. She was like, "Yeah, I really want a shirt with 1968. I've wanted it for the longest." Girl, really? What a hot mess. Yeah, so, and I don't have my alcohol wipes in here with me. Oh, yeah, I do. Over there. I'll go get it. Luckily, this is not that many stones. See, I had holes left in here. Hopefully, I cut it down enough for this one. Totally thought I was using the new block. But they changed the adhesive on it, which I don't like. I am making block. I don't think they care about my opinion. Yes. These ones I should just make it like make her. I could print it out and do a print it for DTF and do her shirt. I could do that with this one because I like it. Like I like that one. I like that 1968. I think it looks cute. Yeah, one blinged out shirt and one with it just on there like that. And she wants it so bad. All right, let's see if I can beat the machine with picking out these flock dots. I didn't intend on picking out flock dots tonight. I didn't. That was not in my plans. But here we are, picking flock dots, which is the worst. But it's cutting it fast. I already have. I think there's like 3 parts already done. Let me go check that one and see. Y'all, we may not do this tonight. It's still too much. It's almost done. Let's see if I can get these off quicker with some, what you call it, because this is almost done, and I still even that. Like I don't even know what I haven't did that. I changed it to like 57, but it's still too much pressure. That didn't need. That's how much different of like the pressure that I have to use for that other flock and this flock. There's a huge difference. And he said he was in 7th grade in 1968. I mean, anybody class of 1968? That's also a thing. Uh-uh. This. So you know when you cut the flock and it cuts too much, but it goes through the other side, like the front part of the flock? I hate when that happens. If I was in my other craft room, this wouldn't be a problem. Because that table in there is like the flock catcher. Like the flock literally just loves that table. It doesn't love this one. It's done. Y'all, how long did that take? Like 15 minutes? That's why I love using the Romeo and my StarCraft. That took like 15 minutes. We started cutting at like 10 o'clock, right? I couldn't beat the cutter. We started cutting at 10 o'clock. When I finish doing this, when we start brushing, remind me to turn on the heat press. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And like I don't have anything that I gotta do in the morning. I do. Uh-oh. All right, so finally got this all done. Miss Carol Combs said she graduated in 1968. Then this will be 1968. This will be for you, Miss Carol Coleman. I'll put it in the community tab. All right, let me grab. Let's see if I could get this out. I'm gonna have to do that same thing to those other ones because that pressure was just too much. Redo the design and change our mind. Well, thank you, Addie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my good. I'm gonna have to do this one over. I literally just ripped it. Literally just ripped it. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna use it. We're gonna move forward. That's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna be very careful. I'm just gonna be very, very careful. See, I should just stop at we're just gonna design tonight. We're not gonna make anything. We're just gonna design, but no. Patrice, you had to say we're going to make it. And here we are making it and doing the most. I kind of just want to cut this one over again. I just knew that I had this was the old flock. The new flock I meant. That's why I put it so high. That's why you're supposed to test cut, they say. Yeah, test cut. If you would have test cut, anytime you put material in, even if you know the material, you should test cut. Oh, I didn't. This is, yeah, I think we might run this back. Let me see what my time looked like, because that one's a lot to weed out. The other one wasn't bad, but that's a lot. Hold on. Luckily, I still have good old Leonardo up. Cancel. Back to design. And this is the one right here at the bottom. The other ones I could probably manage, but this one right here, I have a lot. We'll turn this down to maybe 40. If I have enough, let me peel this off though. Oh, that one wasn't too bad. Oh, these aren't that bad, but that's also because I turned it down. So we're gonna get this and this. I'll bring the table over. And yeah, these are good. This is a few, but that other one I can't do with that. That one's bad. All right, so let me. All right, y'all. So we're gonna do. I'm gonna cut this one out again. I'm not even trying to do all of that. Let's go send. I turned it all the way down from 74 to 47. So hopefully that will do the trick for us. Because it's just too many. I got too many, then I ripped it. I ain't got time for that today. Let's click OK. And these are more manageable for me to go ahead and remove. Because it's not that many. These cut better, but that's after I reduce the force. I hope I didn't reduce it too much for this one because I turned it all the way to 47. This one was at like 50. I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be fine. But when it does this and it starts lifting up the flock, then you have to worry about, it messing your cut up. I should have checked the blade to make sure that there wasn't anything in the housing. Hey, Miss Candy. I should have checked to make sure because that could also mess up my cut. But it's gonna be all good. Uh-oh. You know what I didn't get? I didn't get a chopping mat. Let me see if I have one in here. I may have to run and get one. I may have to run and get one. Well, happy birthday, old school music Campbell. Thank you, Miss Evermore. Right, this one's good. We get to here. I bet you it's gonna be done before I finish picking out these block dots. I'm gonna run and get a thing in a minute. I just need to see how like the proper. It just sounds like my machine is doing too much. It sounded very aggressive. What's going on with it? Yep, I have a bad cut right here. Because I think some of that block kind of got in the way, but it's fine. I'll just hand place a stone there. And we'll see. So thanks y'all for hanging out with me and going through the motions. Hopefully this was helpful to y'all. Anybody who wants to create a rhinestone template, or like if you just want to do an SVG in Silhouette Studio, hopefully this was helpful. And you have to practice. And don't think that you're gonna go do it and just do it right, like right away. Like it's okay because you may not get it right away, but if you keep practicing, then you'll get it. You can't give up. You gotta keep doing it. You gotta keep doing it. That's the only way you're gonna learn. You get better. Literally the only way. Okay. Good. And then one more, and hopefully that's gonna be a nice cut. Hope and pray. But my first settings were too much. That thing cut really, really fast. I do have it at the max speed. It's done. So y'all, I hope I turned it down enough. These were pretty good. I don't think I put in a new blade recently, did I? I might have put in a new blade, but that one still is used. All right, y'all. In a few seconds, I just got a few more to read here, and then we're gonna check that one, and hopefully that one did pretty good. Prayerfully, because you may We have to do, well, we're not going to do it on Friday, I don't think. But yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see. All right, this one's all set. Let me grab the other one that we just cut, and then we'll be able to brush it. First, I gotta see if I have a chopping mat in here. If I don't, I gotta go run and get one. Oof, get all these flop dots off my fingers. They end up everywhere. Let's see. I actually do have. I have a few. Well, like broken up pieces. So I do have something I could use. Let's. Oh, I didn't click right what I wanted to do. Okay, let's actually. The pressure I use is still too much. I could still tell, but oh, thank the Lord. He was listening to my prayer, yo. He was listening to us, y'all. He listened to the prayers. I know some of y'all sent some prayers up too. I just got a few that I gotta take out. I could even so if I don't have much of this flock left, but like I could have even took it down to maybe like 40. But this was at 47, so 40 would have did the same. Like it would have did good too on 40, but that worked. Thank you, Jesus. All right, let me see. Okay, one of my holes that's out here. I thought it didn't cut out, but it did. All right, we're gonna get ready to place this onto the pieces. And then we will brush, 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 brush. Brush, brush, brush. And I'm gonna bring you over to the table. Now stop sharing this. I'm gonna put this computer up too. Because we're done. All right, so we're all good. We're all good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put this all here. Let me close this out. All right, let me stop sharing. All right, we're done. We're done, guys. We're done. I'm gonna add this one to the screen. Done. Done, done, and done. We put this over here. And we're gonna get ready to let me turn on the heat press. I remembered. And where is my other stuff? 3, 2, enter. Okay. So we're just turning on the heat press now. This is a shirt. We're gonna be putting it on a black shirt. And we have a lot of stones in front of us because I didn't know which blues I wanted to use. So I'm gonna put this over here. Let me go ahead and roll it really quick. And then that way all I have to do is pre-press it once the press heats up. Oh wait, it heats up. It's kind of quiet. It's usually not ever this quiet. All right. Okay, so we're gonna get ready to brush it in. Let me grab our chopping mats. So these are chopping mats, and let me make myself a little bit smaller. All right, so these are the chopping mats. Okay, here's the. I was about to say, where did you put the other one? All right, will this fit onto this one? Actually, I may not even have to use this full size mat. We're gonna see how this is gonna go. I have some pieces over here. All right, let's see. All right, so I have this piece right here. Let's see if this goes on here. Good, it does. So I'm just gonna place this just like this on here. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put this on this side. Right. And that's going to go just like that. Okay. And then we're going to place the other one. So I'm maybe going to use this full-size one. And then we're going to place the other parts. Now, I just want to place it on there correctly, like just kind of in order. So let's see. Where's that one? I should have left the design up so I could totally see like where it goes. I think this is the 6. I don't think that's the one. Yep. Okay, that's the 6. So that goes like that. Right. I think this is, so this is going to be 1960. Okay, wait. Okay, that's a 6. Now, where's the 9? I think that's the 9, or is that the 6? No. So this is definitely going to go like this. Right? Let's hope. All right, so that's, and then this is the 1. That's the 1. Right? You know, I got block dots everywhere. I think this is the 1. Right? Over here. Yep. The 9. Oh, I got another block dot right here. The 9. And then this is going to be another block dot here. This one cut halfway, but that could be because of all the block dots lifting up. I'm not going to bother it. I think this goes here. The 1, 9. And then this is going to go, and this is going to go, so I think this was the 6. Yep, that's the 6. And then this is going to go right here, 6. And then this is the 8. I think it's going to go like this. Hopefully. Yep. All right, let's get ready to brush. We're trying to get in and out, y'all. We're trying to do this quick. So the shadow layer, of course, y'all know I got to go with black. So we're going to do like a black shadow layer. Now I pulled out blue diamond, but I don't know if I necessarily want blue diamond. I think I may need something a little bit brighter. So I have Icy Crystal AB or Snowflake. Let me grab my brush. I usually have a brush up here. Oh, I'm doing bad. Like I don't even have a brush nearby or a wax pen. That's not good. Let me grab a wax pen. Oh, Azure. I think I may use a little bit of Azure. I'm not using any of my Icy colors except Icy Crystal AB. That's it. For sure does not get icy colors. It's gonna look icy anyway. Hold on, let me get my other brush. No. How I got that. I think my brush and my wax pen. Wax pen. I must have put it up while I was cleaning. I was cleaning because nothing is clean. Uh-oh. Let me see if I could get some used transfer tape. Oh, yeah. I don't think I really accounted for doing all this tonight, y'all. I didn't. But guess what? We're here, and I'm happy to be here with y'all. So that's all that matters. That is all that matters. Let me grab some more scissors. I'm sorry. Let me grab scissors. Got my scissors. because I want to use it to cut the transfer tape. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Finally, the girl is ready. So we're just gonna brush this in. I'm gonna bring us a little bit closer so y'all can see good. Okay, so this is the black, and I'm just gonna brush these in. Gotta go fast, like even dims. And then we'll brush in. I think for the outline color, the outline is gonna be like that inside part. I'm gonna do Icy Crystal AB. To be honest, I probably could have just did that with that and had the inside hollowed out. I do think that looks really good like that, but if you want to give a little nod to for a sign, so we'll do a little bit of blue. I should have just made a crab, or that's what I should have made. Just walking on a crab on a shirt with 1968 and a crab. But here we are, 7 layers later. All right, y'all. Okay. I could have brushed that off a little neater, but it wasn't working good. And then we're gonna do the outline, inner outline of it. Oh, I'm brushing the stones right on out. Then we go ahead, we're just going to fill in the parts that are missing. I gotta be very, very careful. All right. So I have some blues here. I have quite a few blue stones. I don't know. I was thinking of going from like dark to light, but I think I just may mix it in anyway. Now I have sapphire and azure, but I think they're kind of similar. I like azure better, but I do think that they have like a similar like tone, similar colors, similar blue shade. So I don't know. All right, so you'll see where I have like these open areas. I'm gonna place a stone right there. Then the software, if I would have put it there, it would have cut like a hole. So I'm just gonna hand place those right there. And I probably may have to put one right in that 1968 one, in the other one where that stone was missing, if I remember. All right, I'm gonna put another one right here and right there. Like the empty space. Maybe I can go back here. Sure can. It looks beautiful. All right. So now we're going to get ready and place the transfer tape on top. First, I'm just going to put this here. I'm putting the stones up, y'all. And then we're going to brush the other side of it. This was not supposed to be a start to finish, blah. But guess what? We're starting what we finished. Or we're finishing what we started. All right, let me go. Let me grab this. I'm delirious. At this point. All right, so I'm just going to use this. Hopefully this is sticky enough still. I'll chop it down. Thank you, Miss Karen D. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up. Evie is still here, Evie. All right, I'll just making sure this goes onto this transfer tape. And then we have a whole lot of blue. Oh, and we have seafoam. Now, I don't think I have any of the, I might have the ocean mix, but I don't think I don't even want to waste my ocean mix on her shirt. She might not appreciate the ocean mix. She might not appreciate that mix. And I only have that in the sample containers. That's for a very special occasion. Okay, so we have all these already set. I checked the back. The backs look wonderful. So now I'm just going to place this right on top to hold it for us. Okay. Just going to hold it for us. Oh, Evie, let me show. So I have a video coming out. Y'all, I have to show you this. And I can't believe that I didn't show y'all this from the very beginning. Y'all, Edie, look at this coaster. Look at this coaster. And then I made one for my car. I made a set for my car. Look how pretty. Like that is just so gorgeous. So I have a video where I had to, I started it before, but I'm finishing it. So it was the 15,000 that because I had to replace my sublimation 15. I still have it, but I replaced it. I still have the original one, but I still replaced it. And I didn't finish that video, so I'm like, oh, you'll be home for a few more weeks. You might as well go ahead and do what you need to do. Because I always get distracted. Somebody's gonna call me, ask me to do something, and I gotta finish some stuff. All right, so I'm gonna do Icy Crystal AB. And I took out like some different shades. Like I have Aquamarine AB, Aquamarine. But I think I'm gonna need to go with the darker colors. We'll see. This is good. Thank you, Mary. It's so pretty, y'all. Thanks for Karen D and Lovely. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. So this is Icy, and we're just gonna brush this into that outline here. And oh my goodness, start knock them out of place. Just brush it, girl, brush it. Be gentle. Right. And then we'll start with the 5-layered center. I could have just did one. I could have just did one fill color, y'all. I didn't even have to do all. She don't even know about all that stuff. She don't. Now she does watch me sometimes. She'll watch me with my grandma, but she don't really know all the stuff like that. But it's like when Sharon Davenport said, it's so true. Like I still have to like it. I'm not gonna give anybody anything I do not like. But I feel like you don't like it too. You're like, no, I like it. Mm-mm. How do you like it? Why? Let's put this here. I could have just did it like this. Just with a regular little outline. She would be happy. Now that shadow layer is gonna, let's say if I didn't with that shadow layer because it's a small shirt, I could honestly just have the 1960 with the insides with those layers and not worry about the shadow layer. That would look good too. So when we place it on there, I'm gonna check with that shadow because that shadow layer is gonna be the first layer. Um, so I'll check and see like, if it's gonna be way too big for the shirt. And if it is, then I'll just use the inner part. So she has to send me a picture when she puts it on so I can show y'all. She does not like to be on social media at all. Like at all. All right, so I got that one done. Where did I put the oh I put the jar right here. I almost forgot. All right, so this is icy crystal. That's gonna pop on that black, and then to have the blue around it. That's why I feel like I need like darker shades of blue because of the icy, because it's an icy crystal AB. I feel like I don't want it picking up any of the other colors of the blues, like the lighter shade blues. That's more so, but it may be fine. I might definitely gonna do Azure. Um, because I think outside of Capri, Azure is probably my favorite blue. Um, and we'll see. All right, let's get ready. Um, hey, Tammy. That design for the posters came from Creative Fabrica. I didn't do anything to that. That came from Creative Fabrica. They had like a bundle of I think like leather looking uh sunflower posters, something like that. Something. Right. Okay, let's get ready to do the other parts, and then luckily those are going to be quick questions. It's right here. Okay, so this is our second layer. That's the second layer. Where's the first layer, y'all? Where did I? Oh, here it is, right here. All right, let me put this here. Oh, it's gonna be good. Okay, so let's start with this. So we're gonna do different colors now. I was thinking of going from dark to light. Now I have blue diamond, but blue diamond is so like I don't know if you'll be able to see the blue really good in a blue diamond next to like on this black shirt. I don't know. It's so pretty, but I don't think. I think we're gonna go with the first color. Let the first color be baby azure, and then let's go with azure first. I don't think I'm gonna use any ABs. I did take out some I did take out some ABs, but I don't know. Y'all know what I think I'm gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right, we're just gonna mix something together. I have royal blue. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I don't know. I have no idea. Like literally no idea. Okay, we started off with Azure. Maybe we have Azure, and then I'm gonna do royal blue. Maybe because that's gonna be kind of like a beige look. Oh, sea foam. Oh, oh my goodness, sea foam's so pretty. Sea foam. What if I go with Capri next? So this blue Capri. Oh, there's five. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, we're gonna go with royal. I'm not gonna do sapphire or aquamarine. We're gonna put some seafoam on here. Oh, let me get my other. Oh, let me pick this one up. She just said blue. She just she just said blue because it's what you call it. Oh, Jesse, I had an extra stone. Jesse, what's going on? Jesse's like, Patrice, you've had us on here all night. Nobody had time to be looking for your overlapping rhinestones. All right, we're gonna do Azure. Oh, did y'all see what happened? I just popped it. That's why. This is why I don't like to use fresh tape. Two popped off. This is exactly why I don't like to use fresh tape, y'all. Exactly why. All right. So at least I know where they came from, though. Because with the fresh tape, you need to be precise in your placement. Like when you're placing it down, one's right there, and the other is right here. And it's too close, but it's okay. Okay, hopefully that's the place. We're gonna put this down. Remind me not to pick up a new piece of tape. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is, I think I said we're gonna do it royal blue. I think. Y'all know I have to use Capri. I have to. Like, if I don't use Capri, then it's not me. I have to use Capri if I'm using blues. All right, let's. I'm gonna use sap. No, I'm gonna use this. We're gonna use a little bit of seafoam. Seafoam is so pretty. Kind of goes with the whole water thing too. That will look good next to Azure. Look good next to Azure. Let me grab another piece of transfer tape. See, this is what I'm about to do. That's what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. Okay, we'll be done maybe by 11. We should be done by 11:30. Maybe before. But I just move slow. I can't help it, y'all. I'm sorry. That was really good. Oh, what happened, Rachel? What did I do? All right, here. This one's a used piece. Go ahead and Do this one just like that. Oh, and they popped off. Probably when they popped off. Okay, I helped it up a little bit. So that way I wouldn't have to worry about it popping off. All right. So we have this one. This is the second part. I'm just stacking them on top of each other so that way when we get ready to do, okay, so the next color I want to use is, I want to use, mm, 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 mm. What are we going to use, y'all? Seafoam? Let's use seafoam. And then we'll use royal aquamarine or another color. Let's use seafoam. You're so pretty. Seafoam is like the daintiest blue. It screams luxury. Okay. Have this on again, please. Oh, I'm knocking some out. Don't knock too much out, girl. All right, let's do. I'm just gonna. Oh, this one doesn't want to leave. It doesn't want to be on a shirt. I think I gotta overlapping. Another overlapping. Another overlapping. Something overlapping, but that one's gonna stay right there. That looks good right there. All right, so we're good. All right, that other one in the 9. I think I missed that 9. I think it might have cut it anyway. Ink. It looks like it did. Yep, it did. All right, we're good. Seafoam, and then we're next to seafoam, we're gonna put Royal Aqua. It's so pretty. Rachel, it that gives me such like, oh my goodness. I hate when that happens. That's why I don't, there's so many reasons why I don't use new tape. Why I only like to use old tape. So many reasons why. And that's one of them because they'll pop out easier that way. Okay, see here. All right. Now we have 2 more parts and we're good to go for the night, y'all. Thank you guys for being here with me. Uh-oh, did that come out of place? Hold on, let's see. Oh no, that's exactly where it's supposed to be. All right, so the next color, I'm trying to get colors like close to each other, except like that in color is, it has to be Capri because there's no other color. Like I have to have that. I have to have Capri on this blue shirt. There's no way that I could make a shirt and not use Capri, but this may be too close to seafoam. We'll see. We'll see if we see a difference. This looks, it does look a little bit close to me, but it's darker. No, it's darker. But I think it can kind of blend in. All this for one t-shirt. Literally only one t-shirt. You don't have to get at least two 1968 shirts. I'm gonna have to brush in another one. I think I may do that other one though. That other design. I like that one. We just got one to place in, and then we got one more section to brush, and then now we're gonna get ready to press our shirts, y'all. We're gonna get ready to press. Right. There we go. Can't believe tomorrow's already Wednesday. What is going on? I think I should have used aquamarine, but it's fine. I'm not gonna second guess myself, and she's gonna love this shirt. She is. All right, let me get another. Then the last one I'm gonna use is Capri, but I should go with aquamarine, but I'm gonna go with Capri. Yes, it's too much. Rachel's a blinger now. She's a blinger. Okay, that's what you don't want, like to do that popping thing. I should have cut this off a little piece. I could have used the, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Use that right now. Okay, and then I said we're gonna use a little bit of Capri because it's only right. Even though I think we should use Aquamarine AB, but it's fine. Uh-oh, I'm getting not paying attention. Please pay attention, girl. Okay. All right. How fast that was. What time is it? 11:04. Late. It's late. I did not anticipate being on here all night like this. But it's fine. Hopefully, the design portion was helpful. Okay. So let me grab this. This one, put it down, just like that. Okay, so now we're gonna get ready to press it. I'm going to pre-press the black shirt really quick, and then I'll bring the shirt over here so we can line up that first layer, and then we can see together like if that shadow layer is going to be way too much for this small shirt. We are pressing a small shirt, okay? So I don't know anybody else. Well, my auntie probably does. She probably has friends. She's probably gonna be like, "Oh, my niece can make a shirt for you." But my family is good for that. All right, let's go. All right. So we did a quick pre-press. It didn't have to be all that long. Just make your room. Please don't fall. All right. So here's a shirt, and this is a small Gildan shirt. She actually really needs extra small, but I don't have any extra small shirts. So we're gonna get this, and ooh, that is right there. That is too big, but she's gonna be fine. That's what she's gonna get. She's gonna get a big 1968. That's what she wanted. That's what she's gonna get, and it's gonna go right here. All right. Tilt it down a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna lift it up. Uh-oh, one didn't stick onto the sticky. All right, then I'm just gonna do this like this. Uh-oh, I'm knocking stones off from this tape. Should have just took it off, but no, I didn't. So I'm gonna have to put that back somehow, and I cannot see on this. Every time I do this, nobody reminds me how this gives me a hard time every single time. Y'all don't remind me. Okay, it's just gonna go right there. Go right there. And then I just need to make sure that there's no other stone. So this is old tape. And so this is what happens like when you have old tape. That's 4 fingers down. I have one stone. Another stone is missing from someplace. I don't know where. I know that that stone doesn't go there. And because of the color, I can't see it right now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and press this. I'm just making sure there's no stones inside of, oh, it goes right there. I see. I didn't really see it good, but I felt it. Right there. So this is what happens when you use old transfer tape. We're going to go and press this. Like, I think the shadow layer on this is just fine. That's enough. If you ask me, let me get a sip of juice. Hey, Delonda Patrice. Thanks, Rachel. I hope so. I hope so. Hey, Anna. I hope so. But we will see. All right. Let's peel off this layer. And this one's going to go in the garbage because it's not really holding the stones good. Oh. I mean, I would like it just like that with just that. Like, you don't even have to have nothing else on it. If she just wanted 1968 on it, then girl, you got 1968 on it. But we're going to add the other colors since we brushed them in. You guys were patient with me. So we're going to finish this design because y'all sat here and let me do this 7-layer design. Y'all, this was y'all's fault. Okay, this is just gonna go right here inside. And usually the black gives me a hard time seeing it. So I'm just trying to feel it, make sure I don't have anything like on top of each other. It's not, it's looking pretty good. If I do like one right here, it feels a little bit on top right there. But no, it's looking good. Looks good. And mine is not good. It should be lifted up like that. It goes too far down. Maybe that could happen over here with my 6 a little bit. Okay. Okay, good. Looks like we're good now. We just don't want to have overlapping. Like with the black and not being able to see it, that is sides. Do I have stones right here? I do. Now my inside. There's some right there. All right, we're gonna get ready to press this, y'all. Oh, you know what happened? I think one of that stone shifted right here. Because the rest are fine, but that one shifted. That's gonna be fine. All right, let's get ready to press. Let's get ready to press. All right. Ooh, that looks good. It looks good just like that. You don't even need the inner parts, but we're gonna put the inner parts, but it doesn't really need it. Miss Gail, she is. She's just gonna be happy what she gets. That's it. That is it. That is all. All right. Let's see how bad I did. Okay. It's just see that one move. That stone move, which caused that one. But yo, that looks just fine, just like that. You probably really don't even need those inner layers. The outline is jet black. He probably doesn't even need the inner layers, y'all. Okay, so this is gonna go like this. And where that other one I had kind of jumbled up because of the one that shipped out of place, hopefully that's gonna be fine. Where's that 8? Because I could put the 8 in now and press both of those at the same time. Even though I should probably wait for it. Press it just like this. Okay, we're gonna press those two. At least she has the fancy 1968. She said she just wanted her shirt to say 1968. That's all she wanted. Nothing else. So it's fancy. It's very fancy. All right. All right, then we have 3 more presses. No, I really should have just did this in 4. I did not need 5. That's just overdoing it. When you're doing the most. I gotta. Well, no, I don't. I need to be up by like 7:30 at least. At least I'll be up, but I need to be out of the bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock. I think this is gonna be good. So we're gonna put this one right here, just like this. Okay, let me make sure I have it lined up good. I don't want. Okay, that looks good. Yo, this looks so good. You know that moving of the stones, it pays. All right, I can't do anything else with that other. Oh my goodness. The azure and the royal blue, that goes so good together. Like having it next to each other, the azure with that color, it looks so good. Like it just blends in really, really nicely. Like so good. Whew. I'm getting sleepy. Let's see. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm gonna have to make me a shirt with a year on it. All right, let's do the other. All right, so these other two colors are the sea foam and the royal aquamarine is so close to each other that I kind of wish I would have used a different blue, but which way is this? Okay, it goes this way. Oh, you're putting your 6 upside down. All right. Then we have one more press after this. Okay, let's see. Ooh. I got one more. One more press, and then that's it. I don't know what I was thinking making this 7-layer salad design. I don't know, but I wasn't thinking clearly. All right, let's see. All right, we got one more. And I'm loving this font. I'm gonna probably make a Leo shirt that just says Leo. Last press, y'all. Last press. All right. So this is gonna go like this. You see the two? They look so much alike, y'all. I think I want to do another color. That's 6. It looks too much alike. That's seafoam and then royal aqua. I can't. I need a different color. I'm sorry, y'all. Maybe aquamarine AB. I think aquamarine AB will be better. I can't. I can't. It's not giving me what I wanted to give me. It's giving me the opposite. It's giving me the opposite of what I want, and the shirt looks so good. I think aquamarine will be a nice gateway between seafoam and capri. I think it's not as light. It's not gonna take long, y'all. It's not gonna take long. I promise. Somebody's gonna ask me if I'm gonna scrape those stones off. Somebody's gonna ask me that. If I make another shirt, I'll use that and just change the colors up. All right. Okay. See, we're already done. I just need to get my tape. Okay. Just brush this off, and then we'll get my tape, and then we're gonna be good to go, y'all. But I think this is it's light. It's what I was going for. It's not as light as seafoam, but it is still like a lighter shade of blue. So those two together, they look like practically the same stone together. Oh, Patrice, stop brushing. Don't judge me. These stones are gonna stay on this table until tomorrow afternoon. Actually, I got a lot of stuff to do. It's actually gonna end up staying like this for a good little minute, but it's gonna be fine. I'll remember which stones these are. If I don't, I'll just watch the video and then I'll be reminded. Only a few didn't go into the container. All right, let me grab a piece of transfer tape. Let's see. Let's go. All right. We're ready, y'all. I'm just picking it up. Hopefully this tape has enough stickiness to it. Oh, Shamika, you so brave. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's let's go, y'all. Let's go. All right. I'm missing some stones, clearly. So y'all know what that means. I'm gonna be placing some stones on right now. So maybe it was meant for those stones to not all go in because I don't like the space. And if anything, I did not see that I was missing stones there. Almost done, y'all. More. Would it be easier if we can just put it on the back? It would. I don't like easy, y'all. I like stressing myself out clearly. Clearly, I like to stress myself out. All right. I have a few more that I want to put on. This. I'm gonna press it. But I'll look as neat as I want it to. And it's actually kind of more spaced out than I anticipated. All right. I know you can't see the difference here, but I can see it. Still a similar color, but better. A 6 looks too spacey. All right, I'm gonna go press this and we're gonna be done, y'all. Oh, this looks so good. You just move that one that I just placed there. I wish my stitch was a little more tight, but it's fine. It's perfectly fine. She's gonna love it. Let's see. All right, then we're pretty much done, guys. I'm gonna turn off the heat press, and thanks for hanging out with me all the time. Oh, it's so cute. First of all, Azure and royal blue looks so good together. See, that still looks like the same color, but it's a different shade. It's not like how the other one was, but it's fine. She's gonna love it. Wait till y'all see it. Let me turn it to the front. But this is what we have so far. I don't know if you guys could even tell the difference of the sea foam and the aquamarine AB. Look how pretty. Looks so good. My 7-layer salad design. You can see, okay, good. I'm glad you can see because I was worried like you can't see it. Let me move it, and then we're gonna get ready to wrap things up, y'all. We're gonna look at this little shirt. First of all, look at this is an old. Y'all know this is one of my old designs. I love this. I think that's why I wanted to go slicing things up tonight because of this shirt. Now I did this shirt when I didn't like. I knew what I was doing, but like I just made things a little bit harder. But y'all look. This is 1968. This looks so good, y'all. Azure, royal blue, seafoam, aquamarine AB, and capri. Looks so good. I think she's going to absolutely love it. I think she's going to love it. She wanted some bling so bad. I'm glad I did the fill and not just, did anything. I made this with love. Thank you, Nomi. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Thanks, y'all. But it turned out so good. It turned out so good. Thank you, Victoria's Creations, D. Smith. Thanks, y'all. Evie. Addie said it looks different. Thank you. Thank you, DB. Like the first two colors look indigo-ish. Because that first one is azure, and then the second one is royal blue. And I think it has like hints of blue in it. But y'all, look how good that azure and royal go together. It just goes to it just go, and then you see how like it's not really AB, but it looks a like not it's AB, but it just I don't know. It just looks it's not AB, but it looks like it. It just makes you think that it's AB. And the 6 with the seafoam, you can see the split where the aquamarine AB hits. But seafoam is pretty too. Like, I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Hopefully, y'all learned something, or maybe you got a refresher on something. Hopefully, it was helpful. Hey, Miss Mimi. All right, y'all. Hey, Sheila. Thank you. 1969. You got 1 year off because I'm gonna put this in the community tab because I only made this shirt for my auntie. I'm not gonna I don't have anybody else to make this for. So if you're born in 1968, or if you know somebody born in 1968, or if you graduated like Miss Carol Coleman in 1968, then it'll be in there for you if you want it. And this is on a small shirt. So, I mean, she's tiny, so it's going to be seen on her little self. You want to make a 1976 one? I can. I could make a 1976. This really wasn't hard. So if you want to see how, like, go back in the video to see how I made it, I designed it from scratch. And you'll be able to do it. It's not hard to do. It's not. This one's not. Just set it up. All right, y'all. It's been fun. I love you guys so much. Thank you, Jennifer Ricci and Duncel and Marlise. Thank you guys so much. Danny said 1 year off, 1967. I'm sorry. It's not this, but this really wasn't hard. Like if I was on my other computer and switched over to Adobe Illustrator, like I would have been done with this a lot quicker. Like that, because it's not a big design. So it's like 4.5 inches high, but I think it looks good. All right, y'all. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Hopefully this was helpful. If you got here a little bit later, when we started blinking, I actually designed this tonight from scratch inside of Silhouette Studio. So if you're interested in seeing that, check that out. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Delonda will be on for Romeo Wednesday. I think I didn't see her thumbnail yet, but I think she'll be on tomorrow night for Romeo Wednesday. Thursday, Marilyn should be on Thursday. And then also Friday, I'll be back here on Friday. Now, don't forget, next week, well, I don't know if we're going to do So Good. So Good's going to have to be probably on Sunday. So check out for So Good on Sunday. Then check out for Evie on Sunday night at 9. Monday, Angel B will be on. And then Tuesday, I always say that I'll be back, but don't forget to check out Rachel at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Because she comes on live and she does like so many different projects. Like she does a lot of sewing, embroidery, definitely check out Unbiased LLC. But that's it. Please remember to be kind to each other. Thank you so much for being so kind and welcoming in the chat. So helpful to me and to everybody else inside of the chat. I appreciate you guys so much. To everybody in the bushes, I love y'all too. Thank you so much. But please remember to be kind, even away from our YouTube community. Be kind to others. Don't be afraid to speak to somebody. You just don't know how you could change the course of somebody's life by just extending a little bit of kindness to them. And don't forget, be kind to yourself. If you're not kind to yourself, sometimes that will trickle to other people. If you're unkind to you, then you could possibly be unkind to others, right? So don't neglect yourself. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself good. Have a self-care day. Have a self-care hour. Like, and that doesn't mean going to spend any money. That could possibly just mean you sitting there relaxing, meditating, journaling, crafting. So I love you guys so much. And until next time, y'all. Later.